Because you don't need 20 friends. You just need 3 motherfuckers and you can take over a country. Okay, that's what we're confused as Americans. We think we need all these motherfuckers. You give me 3 bad motherfuckers and you're finished. You understand me? You're fucking finished because we got each other.
The following program deals with a controversial subject. The theories expressed are not the only possible interpretation.
The viewer is invited to make a judgment based on all available information.
Welcome, everybody, to another Wednesday night review here on Beyond Wednesdays. Man, week off. It doesn't feel like a week off, though. I'll tell you what. It feels like it was a blink of an eye, right? I mean, just...
It's so fast. Like, you said that the first thing Arizona was like, it's going to go by so fast. And I was like, yeah, whatever. And then before I knew it, I'm sitting back on your couch in Arizona. I'm like, I'm already going back home. No.
I told you.
That's what happens when you have fun. It goes fast.
We started driving out, and I go, dude, in a blink of an eye, we're going to be driving back. You watch. And sure enough.
There I was driving on the road. And I was kind of like, no.
So the only thing, there was a couple of things that kind of sucked, but the main thing that sucked is that not everybody was there. I would have loved to seen Richie there. I would have loved to seen Stein there. I would have loved to seen Hood there. There's a lot of people I would have loved to seen there. DeVoe wasn't there. That was a bummer. I was really looking forward to shooting the shit with him. Yeah, man.
And then big shout out to Cover Price too for helping Big Leg and me get tickets like into the convention and everything.
Yes.
Yeah, that's awesome.
Yeah, so yeah.
Yeah, you guys know what we think of Matt and the crew over at Cover Price over here. They are the best. We'll rep them and until they're not, and then we'll probably continue to rep them.
Yeah, because I mean, like, and honestly, like having a line to DeVoe, like with Sean, like he was recommending books. So he's like, here, it's like, hey, can you help me pick out get these books? And it's like kind of like, yes, and I will also buy these books too as well.
Yeah.
That's awesome.
Yeah, it was interesting. A lot of stuff happened, news that we can talk about. I'm hoping Leg is going to get here. If Leg, I want to wait till we start talking about San Diego until Leg gets here. I was hoping Clutch was going to be here, but unfortunately, Clutch tested positive for a baby, as Richie said. Clutch is pregnant?
When he said that in the chat, I thought he was talking about COVID. and then Aaron's like, oh wow, we were around him. I better get tested too. And then I see this. I'm like, what's happening?
Yeah. So I would love to know if anybody else that went to the con ended up getting the big COVID friend for a couple weeks that it lasts. Let us know.
Con crud to the max, right?
Yeah, con crud to the max. Yeah, if you got the con crud, hit us up. Let us know.
So con crud is a real thing.
Yeah, it's called COVID.
Oh my god!
The first time that I got COVID, I got it coming back from San Diego. I went to San Diego the year after COVID, so the first year they were open. I hadn't got it at all yet. I go to San Diego. I'm all good at San Diego. I'm all good on the ride back. As soon as I stepped foot in my house, it knocked me on my fucking ass, dude. It destroyed me. So hopefully you guys didn't get it. Hopefully Clutch is going through just a short phase of it because, man, that shit will kick your ass.
Oh, and then Clutch, if you're watching, double check the expiration date on the on your test too.
Yeah.
So I mean, yeah.
Good call.
But yeah, but I'm definitely gonna find a test that's not expired and test, especially
Yeah. Let's see here. It was a good trip. It was a nice little reset. Met a lot of people. Shout out to everybody that stopped and said hello to us. That was super cool. I don't think we went like, a couple hour stretch without talking to like 5 people that watched the show or knew us from the show or that type of thing, which was super cool. So shout out to all the homies from Nerd Herd who said hello. That was super cool talking to those guys.
Geek Driven and West Coast Raw. I know we ran into them.
Yeah.
Still shout out to Still Chillin'.
Still Chillin'. Yeah.
Yeah. Because I mean, like, it's easier to meet at San Diego than it is like on the other side of the city. So.
Yeah, it was a lot of fun. We'd be sitting out on the street. So we had this place. It was the perfect stoner Airbnb, right? Because literally it was right next to this place called Insomnia Cookie, which is a homemade cookie and ice cream shop that's open all night, dude. And so obviously for 2 reasons, right? We were always high. But we would sit outside on this little railing out there on the street, and that was the main street that they shut down, and we just people watch for hours after everything closed, and people were just on the streets constantly, and it was fucking some of the best people watching I think I've ever had.
Oh yeah, definitely. But yeah, just like how many fights did we see break out? Like just like chilling on the porch, like smoking, and we're just like kind of laughing at everyone.
Yeah, it was very interesting. Very interesting. Let's before we get into all the San Diego stuff, I'll wait for Leg to jump on and hopefully join us. But I want to say one thing real quick. I want to say thank you to all the people that watch the channel, that hang out with us live. Shout out to all the people that are in the live chat right now, all the regulars, all the guys who have been supporting Beyond Wednesdays, and let's replay that. Beyond Wednesdays and the community and the channel and all that stuff. Like seriously, a big thank you. This con and the last couple of weeks has really made that evident to me. What a great community and what a great thing we all kind of have going over here, and with all of our content creation and all that stuff. It's been very evident. So big thank you to all you guys. That's probably the first thing I want to say. And then we'll get into, let me get in here. We'll get into New Comic Book Day. We'll talk a little about New Comic Book Day. But the first thing I want to talk about is the couple things that happened at the con that were like just crazy news, that everybody's been talking about spec-wise and news-wise. And the first thing I want to talk about is how unreal it was to see the rollout for Rob Liefeld, right? You couldn't look anywhere, you couldn't swing a dead cat and not hit something, that Rob Liefeld didn't create, right? There was so much Deadpool, Wolverine stuff, so much original art on display, just craziness. And then, to see all the everybody kind of congratulate him and him do his thing out there and see him there with his family, it was super, super cool. That was probably the most evident thing to me, was to see all that. He you could tell he treated it like it was, this is something that he loves to do. This is something that he wants to do. He went there with his family. He was there with his kids. He was there with, all the creators were talking to him, all that stuff, What up, Leg? So, all right, take your time, brother. I'm gonna mute you. So yeah, it was pretty cool just to see everybody kind of, gravitate towards him, and everything at the con gravitate towards him and that movie. There was no doubt that movie and everything about it was the number one thing from the majority of that con. The night that Hall H happened, where they went and they saw the movie, and after the movie they did that crazy light show, that crazy drone show, and seeing that happen live was probably one of the coolest things that I've ever seen. There was probably 10,000 drones in the air at a time. Did you guys see those? Oh my god.
So when
I heard about it.
yeah, so I was on the same rooftop. Yeah, I was watching the concert with Sean, and so like when you were standing in that corner, I missed it because I went to go get a drink, and I was like, kind of like, oh, let me go back to the bar or to the bar where the music is playing, because the other bar I was like, I don't really want to wait in line, and then I was like, it's easier at the concert place, and I ended up at the side where they were pouring doubles.
Yeah, it was. We'll definitely talk about that because that was pretty crazy too. But there was. I'm trying to find it. There was a guy that put on that drone show, and he put out a post. I'll find it here in a second. Of everything he did, with all those drones. It was fucking unbelievable. Here we go. Check this out, dude.
Yeah, that was. All those pictures were wild.
Watch this.
We have 2,400 drones on that field. They're going to be blown away having just watched the movie, and then that's our cue to blow them away again with the largest drone show ever in the United States. There he is. There's the man of the hour. That is the largest aerial display of a fictional character. There's Wolverine. There he is. Shrink.
Look at that. Fucking amazing.
Go LFG.
I mean, and then on top of it with the fireworks, that was pretty crazy. But
Yeah.
obviously, this right here was nuts. When everybody saw Galactus show up, yeah, and then this was probably the coolest thing that I saw at the whole con.
Fantastic Four.
Coolest thing I have seen in my entire life.
Yeah, I agree, brother.
Damn.
These are all drones flying simultaneously.
Yeah, dude, look at that again.
Yeah. Not the obvious fireworks, but yeah.
Fire on the drones. They're shooting like Roman candles out of the drones.
Dude.
Oh my god.
Oh man, I should have been chilling with Brian still. Watch this.
Dude, I thought the concert we were having was freaking amazing. I haven't even seen all this yet. I only saw still pictures.
Fucking amazing, dude. It was
That is
nuts.
wild, man.
That
Yeah.
is cool.
So,
So
can you guys
that-
hear me okay?
Yeah, you
Yeah.
sound fine. Yep.
Sound good.
Okay. Cool.
So that was very evident that it was, it was just very proud moment for Rob Liefeld and for fans of Rob Liefeld, 100%. The other thing was the RDJ Doom. That was fucking crazy. We were at a party and that's all anybody could talk about for the first 15, 20 minutes of the party. You know what I mean? Everybody.
Yeah, and that's when we're at a party when literally just got when Dinesh just literally they came out with the news of the movie he was going to produce. But the beginning of his party, so everybody's talking about Dr. Doom, including him, by the way.
Yeah. And what an amazing moment for Kevin Feige and Marvel and Disney to be back on top of the world again. Like, the only thing that they could do to get out of the shit they were in was bring back RDJ and the Russo brothers. Like, you know what I mean? What else could they do? That's all they could do.
Bring it, dude.
And Robert Downey Jr. told Kevin Feige, I'll come back under one condition. You bring back the Russo brothers. Fucking game on. Let's do it. Right?
Hell yeah.
Yeah, I've seen some haterade because apparently that's like the most fun for some people in doing this stuff. And it's like, you know what, dude? They realized something was wrong. I think to a degree, Jonathan Majors let him off the hook a little. You know, kind of like I don't know, Jimmy Garoppolo popping for PEDs. Raiders don't have to pay him.
Yep.
Like it's like, hey, thanks, dude. Thanks, man. We were about to eat that money, but I appreciate it. Kind of the same thing, dude. That book's $150. I have those.
Yeah.
I have those. Okay, I know what I'm doing tomorrow.
$42 for the
I'm trying to
Exiles
find
number
mine.
23, dude. Look at that.
I have that Demon and Arbor one, dude. I have number ones. I mean, they're beat. Don't be wrong, not 9.8 level or anything, but out of dollar bins. But just for the back, the What If Venom Deadpool story.
Yep.
I got a
exactly.
beater.
That's the only
and
reason
have
I
a
ever
really
bought them. I
nice
didn't buy them
copy.
for that.
Yeah,
Nice.
same here. I mean, like, I'm partial.
They
to
might
the
not even be
homage.
bagged and boarded. Seriously.
I mean, they were like $10 books after we got the dollar
$85?
bins.
Yeah.
Dude, Mel probably has 200 of these things, I bet.
Damn.
You know what I mean?
Oh, the
Like
Dooms?
this
I
was
have
his
some.
spec for the longest time because remember he was always like AI's it's going to come back as RDJ, you watch. He's going to be the
Yeah.
new AI voice and for Ironheart.
Yeah.
Well,
I
it went
remember.
hot for another reason. And you got a ton of them. Sell them, Mel. Sell. If listen, I'm going to tell you guys right now, if any of you guys have any of these books, sell them Look at that. 12
that's what I'm
copies,
doing
$200.
tomorrow.
$124.
Dude, I have that variant for sure.
Everything Doom is selling.
I love it. I've been buying some of the Silver Age covers, like Fantastic Four stuff, that are lesser known. Just when I'd see them at a show for what seemed like a good price, maybe something that could clean and press pretty decently. So shit, man, I'm a little behind in setting this new office up. If you guys can't see that, I'm not at home.
Yeah.
So
What up, Hood?
what up, Hood?
What's up, guys?
And nothing,
So
man.
glad you guys
Look at
made
it. Look at an 8-year-old Marvel spec selling for $150 a pop. I love it, dude. I don't give a shit. I don't give a shit. Now, am I I'm not going to advocate go to buy it. I advocate sell it more than I say go buy it. But hey, rising tide lifts all boats. Here we go. All spec is good spec to me.
Bro, we got snapped back, bro. We're out of it, bro.
We got snapped back, dude. Yeah, there we go.
We're fucking
We
back,
got snapped back. Yeah, I agree with some people that it's desperation, but you know what? I believe, okay, it's desperation. We'll see how it goes.
What's
The guy can do it.
desperation?
I don't know.
Going back to the well.
It's a Hail Mary, dude.
Yeah, going back to the well. Is that what you mean?
Yeah. No, just some comments in the chat, and I'm not.
Oh, yeah.
And
Look at this one.
Yeah.
Man, I
Campbell
don't
cover?
get that. I've heard that shit. That it's desperation.
Is that a
the
Campbell cover?
The Russos were going to direct Secret Wars 8 years ago.
Yeah.
They said they'll come back for Secret Wars.
Yeah.
So I don't know what maybe Robert Downey Jr. Maybe that, but now that you got the Russos and the writer, I mean, bro, they're 4 for 4, bro. Right? And I was telling Mercenot, they made 4 Empire Strikes Backs in a row, bro. I don't think that they're gonna miss. I don't. You have the writer, you have the director, you have the actors. They all know each other. Do you think there's going to be any fucking wasted time?
I think
they already have continuity. They know how to communicate. Do you think there's going to be mistakes that slow this project down? They're going to have that Doom movie in 2 years, bro.
Yeah, I think
And
people in the
another
comments were based a little more on
on
RDJ than Russo, but
and another thing, don't fall asleep on Kang, because let me tell you, don't be shocked if Jonathan Majors comes back. I'm just
I hope he
telling you that
does.
right now.
I hope he does. He should. They should bring him back.
I think, dude.
And if they're able to bring Majors
I
back, bro, good lord, dude.
I think to me, honestly, it feels like Loki ended. They can leave it that way. That Loki ended the TVA, and Deadpool kind of put a stamp on it. So,
what if they did this? And I've been saying this for a long time. Do I think it's going to happen? I doubt it, but I'm going to throw it out there again. What if they did this? What if they did bring back Majors, and they go back to what they were doing, where they were going to do a Kang Beyonder mix as one of the Kangs is the Beyonder, and the only way they can beat him is by going and finding RDJ Doom, right? RDJ Doom helps him beat him, and as Doom always does, he takes over. Whenever he does that, he did it this week in Blood Hunt, which we'll talk about here in a little bit. He's always stealing the power after helping them save something with it. You know what I mean? So I could see them pulling that off, and I hope they do that. I hope they do that.
But we talked on here that was a possibility for the Russos to come back, and and something always told me that Robert Downey Jr. was going to come back. The biggest thing I thought was artificial intelligence.
Yeah, we all thought it was just going to be AI Tony, because he was to a degree, right?
Yeah.
Right, but did you see him, man? He was already in character, bro. When he was on the stage, bro.
Yeah, he's gonna go hurt somebody.
Bro, I fell out of my seat, dude. I was like, you got to be shitting me, dude. Because I was watching on Twitter and I was like, oh my God.
Yeah, we didn't even try to get in. And we had something planned to do for that the entire time, so it wasn't really an issue. And by Saturday at the con, depending on what you're doing, if you've been there Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, then you're in and out. You're you're kind of finishing up Saturday and Sunday, and Saturday night, it's Saturday night in the Gaslamp, man. You kind of want to do your own thing or whatever. So,
nice.
It is
it's that last hurrah.
Hey, bro, I went to Half Price Books, bro. Hey, come on, bro.
Wow.
Don't make it that easy.
Wow,
bro.
I was just looking at the original of that right now, Hood.
Bro,
Shit, you know.
come on.
Look at this guy.
Yeah. Shit, you know.
Hey,
what up, Vinny?
What's up?
I found a newsstand, bro.
What? That's
No,
not a
it's a
newsstand.
direct. God damn it. My eyes are going bad. I'm sorry. I found this one
Got me all giddy.
Yeah.
with
So-
the word doomsday.
No, that's a
Since
good
we're-
one.
Since
That
we're
one's
all
going
here
off.
now, I instead of going into the new comic books, let's talk about the
$1.
cons a little bit. All right, so we leave Wednesday. Yi comes, flies in Tuesday.
Tuesday.
I pick up Yi. We go eat some grub. I pick up Dennis. Dennis flew in too. We go get a rental car. They fuck me on this rental car big time. They totally fucked me, dude. I got to call them. I still haven't called them. Screwed me over on the rental car. We didn't get out of here till 2 hours late. So we get to San Diego Wednesday. I don't know what time Yi, about 5 o'clock probably.
I think right at 5 because that the car rental place closed at 5.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So
And then we worked it out with Dennis's friend and all that, but we don't have to go into all the details of that. Where we
Yeah.
could leave the car somewhere overnight.
Yeah, we head in. I dropped the car off because we got there too late, so I couldn't drop off the car at the rental place. So I dropped the car off at this apartment complex where Dennis is staying, and we go meet up with Leg, and but the coolest part though, real quick, was the drive there, right? Because we go there and Leg calls us and he's like, "Hey, I'm not going to get a chance to stop by the store and get all the alcohol and stuff. Do you guys mind stopping and getting everything?" And we're like, "Yeah, no problem." So we're in Yuma, Arizona, and we stop at a Walmart there, right? And as we're walking in, Yi goes, I wonder if they're gonna have cards, right? And dude, this is fucking hilarious.
And I was just like, they're either gonna have a whole bunch of cards,
All right, so
or nothing.
Yeah.
And I was like, they're gonna either have a whole bunch of stuff with like discounts on previous years and everything, or they're gonna have absolute nothing. If we go to, that's the first thing we stopped and looked at.
So
Right,
we
so
go.
me and Yi-
So we go to this fucking. We go to this Walmart, and this is what we see. Check this out.
all right, so me and Yi are in Yuma at a Walmart. Check this out. It is fucking packed, stacked. Bowman, optic basketball. What's that
Everything.
down there, dude?
They had
WNBA,
everything,
does it have
dude.
any what's her name in it?
We grabbed a shit. I grabbed like 6 optic basketball hangers. Yi grabbed a bunch of hangers. How many? You bought? You got some?
Like 4 or something like that, maybe 5, and a couple of Series 2 hangers.
Yeah, you got some series.
Spending their
tops.
Comic-Con money on cards, man.
Oh, that's a 1 in 25 right there in the front.
Yeah.
Oh, was it?
Yeah.
Damn it,
Yeah, for that Thunderbolts. Yeah.
Dude, you guys missed the Wemby tin. The tin
We saw
of-
the Wemby tin. I didn't want them. There was only one Wemby pack in there.
It doesn't matter. The tins
Yeah.
are going for money.
Are you
They're
kidding
like
me?
30 bucks, 20 bucks, something like
Or
that.
like
Yeah.
40. I've seen them go for 40.
Wow.
I think they were like $30 anyways.
Yeah,
Just
they
the
might-
tin for 40 though? That's crazy.
Yeah, just the tin. Yeah.
They
Without
had
the cards in it.
dude, it was so packed. And I don't think that we walked into a restock. I think there's just nobody buys cards out in Yuma. So if any of you guys are near Yuma, Arizona, hit that fucking place up, dude, because they had so much clearance stuff, clearance packs. I got 2 blasters or 3 Bowman blasters. I got
Chrome? Any Chrome? Tops
I didn't get any Topps Chrome. I didn't even see the Topps Chrome. We didn't even see that,
saw
the
it.
Topps Chrome. Right there on
Just
top
showed
of
it.
the Bowman.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. I mean,
We
but
didn't
it's
even fucking
blasters,
see that.
So it was blasters, and I was like, they upped the price to like $35 now. So
No, dude. Topps Chrome blasters are $44.
They're 44 now? Jesus.
They're
I bought
44?
I
Yeah,
bought
fuck that.
4 of them yesterday. I'll show you what I got later, but they're $44 a piece now. Fucking
That's too
ridiculous.
expensive, man.
That's
Yeah,
so
we'll talk about it. They had Bowman Megas. I mean, they had everything. So we each got optics. I got some update hockey from Upper Deck. I got some update. I got and some Bowman. And so that was sweet. And then we got a shit ton of alcohol, and there was a fucking Peter Piper pizza right next to the Walmart. So we got fucking 3 pizzas just to take back, dude, and we fucking ate fucking pizza wasted every night, dude. It was great. So
It was just always there. But Aaron and I ended up with more pizza.
Yeah.
Yes.
So, yeah.
Yeah.
We'll get to that story by the time. Yeah.
so we grab all the fucking all the cards and we head in. So we drop everything off that night as soon as we get there, and we leave. We all kind of leave. I forget. I think you guys went straight to preview night, and then
Oh yeah.
right.
Yeah,
And-
we went to go get our badges. And I don't remember where you went to drop off the car, right?
No. I went to. Let me see if I can find it. I went to. Do you guys know who Nerdrotic is? The YouTuber
that's right.
Nerdrotic. I went to hang out with Dennis and at this thing that Nerdrotic was putting on at this pizza place. So we went and did that, which was cool. We got to say hello and shoot the shit with them there, which was awesome. And then we ended up seeing them a shit ton, which was very cool. If you guys don't know who I'm talking about, Gary from Nerdrotic, Chris Gore. You guys know who Chris Gore is, right? This dude. the dude, he I forget what shows he did on TV, but he used to do a bunch of shows on TV. We hung out with him, which was a very cool event. So what up, Sam? So we got to say hi to all of them, which is super cool. And then I broke off, right, and go meet up with the guys in the con. We walked the con for, I don't know, maybe 2-3 hours. The first thing I did, the first place I hit was fucking Campbell, right? I go over to Campbell's booth.
Line was capped off.
The line was fucking capped every single time that I went to the Campbell booth, dude. By the way, while it had product, we'll get into that in a second.
Dude, I started at that Campbell booth, and I think the only reason I got in is because for some reason they let me in with my professional badge, like at the beginning. So I was there a little bit before 6 o'clock or whenever it opened. And the line was already insane at that time. And I still waited in the line for 2 hours, basically, to get the book.
Oh, so the entire previous night, basically.
So basically the whole previous night.
Jesus,
dude, I should have bought that Spider-Gwen banner, dude. God damn it, dude.
Yep, they sold all these banners too.
They sold those?
Yeah, they sold the banners.
I was gonna buy the Spider-Gwen banner, but I had a problem with my bidding, and
a lot of people had problem bidding on eBay Live this week, I heard. So
hey,
we'll talk
shout
about
out to Clutch. He got Campbell. He likes the mama.
Yeah, we're gonna show that. We're definitely gonna talk about that hood because that was fucking Clutch. Just fucking. Dude, we all know why Clutch's name is Clutch now. By the way, and you'll hear about that in a second.
Multiple stories of how he came in Clutch.
I know, but this is a better version. This is our version.
So I go straight to this fucking booth. They're capped. And by the way, if you guys don't know how this works, when a line gets capped at a con, they tell you that you can't like hang around and walk around, you know? And that's all everybody does. They just walk circles. And the fucking guy, one of the guys from J. Scott Campbell's booth comes out and he's like, I just fucking told you guys that 5 minutes ago that the line was capped. What do you guys? He's like bitching at everybody. And I felt like going, motherfucker,
dude,
these are people that are going
to,
yeah, these are people that are going to buy shit from you. What are you doing? You know what I mean? They're wanting to get in line to buy stuff from you. What the fuck are you doing? So then I was like, screw it. I'm not going to wait in line. So I went and I went and stopped by Polito's booth, Coffin Comics next. Said hello to Brian. There was a really cool statue that Polito is doing for the con. That was showing for the first time ever at the con. It's a J. Scott Campbell Lady Death statue. So,
yeah.
And
as soon as I saw that, I took a picture and text Red Hood.
Yeah.
I started crying, bro.
Really?
Dude, that's awesome, man.
It's gorgeous, dude. It's gorgeous.
He had a bunch of things, like statues that he was doing this year, kind of for the first time.
Jace. Yep. Did you see the book above it?
Yeah, the book above it is the actual book. So I'll play this for everybody.
That book's like 2001, 2002. Yeah. I was playing dumb. I'm like, is that? I don't know if you have any more, but is that for sale? She's like, let me ask, and I'll just, yeah, that's cool, you know. So, I'm like, dude, this book's 22 years old, dude. Fucking, they sell this motherfucker. They made the statue out of it. Don't have it for the weekend. I'm not gonna be happy. But
I got Polito to talk a little bit about it. So here we go. Take some video of this real quick. Wow! Look at this, you guys. This is the J. Scott Campbell Coffin Comics statue. Talk a little bit about this. What's up with this?
What you're looking at, everybody, is the J. Scott Campbell Lady Death Gothic Statue Series. This is the main edition. We will be offering this in October through Kickstarter. There'll be 4 main editions. Now, a lot of talented artisans involved in this, but J. Scott Campbell himself was involved in the entire prototyping process. Art directed by Joe Allard, sculpted by Jack Matthews. These are all like top people in the field. Jack Matthews is like the guy to go to for J. Scott statues. There it is. It will be
Beautiful.
available. More information to come, including the retail price.
Where's the book?
It's based off a classic image, as you can see. And yeah, coming at you via Kickstarter in October.
So, I mean, his booth is gorgeous, right? I mean, he's
same
got
place every year. First stop every year. All the things on there. All the nice books, man. I went, dude. I did pretty good. About 500 on there, and then it was gonna be like 8. They had a limited to 10 or something metal, and I was like, yes, one of the two. And
You had the bookend option.
I had, so basically, yeah, she wouldn't let, and I don't blame her. I lost time. I see her every year at the beginning of Comic-Con. I don't expect everybody to know that I spend 10 minutes at their booth once a year. Like, so I'm not offended, like that I'm not recognized. So like I'm going through the books, I'm putting everything away, but she never let go of the $299 book. And so somehow it didn't make it into my pile, and I'm walking away with Aaron and I'm like, oh, it was expensive, but I was like, that doesn't sound like enough. Well, if one of them's $300 and it's 500, like it doesn't, and I had, it just doesn't add up. And I was like, all right. And I was like, hold on. I was like, I'm not going to screw him over. And if I'm not, I'm going to turn around and get it. And I'm like, you know what? Nah, screw that, man. I'm like, I'll spend enough money, dude. That's cool. That's my first booth of the day. Right. I'm like, I can live without it and see how it goes. So I made some choices. I can actually reach them if you guys cared, but like,
look at that. I didn't see that one, dude. I would have bought that if I would have seen it.
It might have been low on them.
Mike Chrome.
Yeah, there was. Oh, I can show you some. I grabbed this like these Monty Moore. Oh, there you go.
Hey, go back to that, man. That looked like Christina Applegate, dude. Married with children, bro.
Yeah,
right here, buddy.
Mama.
Yeah. I got a little stack of those Monty Moores. Did I get a metal one of those? Yeah.
Yeah, I just got that one, just a normal.
Yeah, I got the metal. It's
bro, that's gorgeous, dude. Get Christina to sign that, dude.
It does, dude. I didn't realize how Kelly Bundy-ish this was. These two.
Dude, that's Kelly Bundy, dude.
Limited to 20. Like I think they're right. These are like $100 each. This one, not getting anybody banned, so I'm not taking the stickers off.
Mike Chrome,
beautiful. You know how it goes. Yeah. And same with the on these here. So I like to. It's hard when they make good. Let me see if I grabbed any more. And I asked, just like last year, Brian. I asked for some of the cards, and I got hooked up with some of the a couple of the cards, like throwing cards. I don't have that
beautiful Mike Chrome,
those ones,
man.
I think I showed them all, but like, yeah, I don't know. I do the ones either with the best artist or the ones that I think to myself. So
yeah, shout out to Lord Fat Man. Appreciate you for the $5. He said, "Hey, what's up?"
Shout out.
Yeah, I definitely saved Brian's metal card.
Yes.
From getting thrown out. Like I was checking all the plastic bags before throwing them out, and I found the envelope. I was like, oh, there's something in here. I was like, I'm pretty sure this is from Coffin.
Yeah, it was the Coffin comic stuff was unreal. So that was cool. Stop by, said hello to Brian, and I know you guys hit that first too. Then I tried to stop by Billy Tucci's booth. I probably stopped by Billy Tucci's booth like 6 times, and then on the very last time, on the 7th time, he was there. It was his. So nice. By the way, you guys, 30th anniversary for Tucci, Polito. Nick from Nick Barucci. Like there were so many like anniversaries, and Tucci was at a panel being congratulated or something for that constantly. So that was pretty awesome. 30 years of She, very, very cool. And then we hit Alex Pardee. We went and talked to Alex Pardee. I got my let me see. I think I got video of the Alex Pardee stuff, which is super cool. Here we go.
Here, I got this one.
Yes. Yeah, here we go. Check this out. I mean, this is
that's the bullshit.
Right?
That's the real card, buddy.
Yeah.
Alex Pardee, you guys always
both
the
of those
first
are
stop
what we got on
at
Wednesday.
San Diego. Yeah, these gorgeous Comic-Con acetate cards. And he also had the Wemby card, which he was showing. I didn't buy the Wemby card. I just got 2 of these. I got one unsigned, and then I asked him to sign it, and this is kind of cool.
The real card looks like too.
Wow.
I mean, that is the real card, but
Alex Party, you guys, always the first stop at San Diego. Always, brother. Every year.
hell yeah.
So what is this right here?
So this is our Comic-Con exclusive. It's actually called the Necro Comic-Con. And we got like a die cut acrylic card there. Look at that thing. You can see through it, pass through it.
That's gorgeous. That's beautiful, man.
I make weird stuff.
Yeah, we love it. We love it. That's why we always stop here first, man.
The real card looks like too.
Wow. So yeah, so I had him sign that, which was super cool. He goes, do you want me to, are you sure you want me to sign it, dude? I got to crack it open and everything. I'm like, crack it open, bro. Just do it. And he signed it in gold in that acetate space. It looks so dope.
That's
so
nice.
Did you get a chance to talk to him, Vinny?
I didn't get a chance to, man. I was running that last day because I got stuck at the CGC booth for like, you came and saw.
Yeah, that was crazy.
So ridiculous. Trying to submit books. So.
Wait, mentioning the CGC line, like you were right next to Chris Colbert.
I was.
Made it
That was cool.
Yeah, so finding Chris was kind of easy. So
yeah.
But for previous night, Leg and I have a story about running into Colbert. So we were circling the J. Scott Campbell booth, couldn't get in line, and then we ran into Colbert. So we started talking to him. He's like, "Well, if you can't get into the J. Scott Campbell line, go to the booth next door to the Top Cow booth because you can just buy the 1 in 50 for $50." So, and then they didn't care how many you bought. Like, yeah. So I'm not gonna say how many I got, but I got enough to help.
Thank God we got those, because if we didn't get those, we wouldn't have got any J. Scott Campbell anything for the whole fucking trip, which we'll talk about here in a second. But
yeah, the whole booth sold out.
Yeah, fuck them.
Entire booth.
So
Friday, the entire booth was gone.
Not even by Friday. Thursday, 3 hours into the con. Thursday
morning, they were out of the Witchblades. Thursday afternoon, they were out of the Spider-Gwen and the Spider-Man.
So
they were just out of comics. They were completely out of comics by Thursday afternoon or whatever.
Yeah,
Which
it was.
To me, I think that's kind of crazy.
It's fucking bullshit is what it is. And let me tell you guys why. You guys know us. We love J. Scott Campbell. We got Red Hood here, who's one of the biggest J. Scott Campbell fans in the world. I was at that con because I wanted to get some J. Scott. That was one of the reasons why I wanted to do at the con was get some dope J. Scott Campbell covers. I mean, the covers that they had for him there were absolutely gorgeous. Let me bring them up. Just so freaking beautiful. And obviously, so the first day you couldn't go, you could not get there, and the line wasn't capped. And then like an hour and a half, 2 hours into preview night, they stopped selling. They're like, nope, we're done selling for the night. We're not selling anymore. And thank God they did, because they wouldn't have had anything to sell the next day. You know what I mean? They had the black and white of the Witchblade, which I'm trying to pull up here. Shout out to Cover Price again for their great job of,
Yeah, that was insane, dude. Yeah, 500 exclusives, dude. Comic books finally came back, man.
Yeah.
While you're
only thing, a little bit agreed on prices and a little bit agreed on print runs.
Yeah,
but it is what it is.
While you're pulling it up, Ryan, I wanted to mention that, and I want to have a question too, because maybe you guys feel differently about this. But I stood in line, like I told you, for 2 hours for these Campbell books, right? And then one of the books had like 2 big spine ticks on it, right? So I said, "Can I see another one?" And the dude who was there got really kind of in my face about it, and I was like, first of all, it's a $50 book. I've waited in line 2 hours. Can I just see any other books? Give me like 2 or 3 other options. Just let me see something. He was like, well, if I do it for you, I'm going to have to do it for everybody. And I was like, but dude, look at my bill here. I mean, I bought two of each of the exclusives, so it was almost like $400, $370, whatever it was. And yeah, we were just getting into it, and I was like, dude, I feel like I'm spending enough to at least have like 2 seconds to look. But you guys might feel differently, but I was like, man, I was kind of pissed off about that,
bro.
All the time he used
I would have been pissed off, Vinny, because it's not too much to expect a little bit of customer service, you know, like and
Yeah.
like people selling comic books, they don't get that, you know what I mean? Like the people that survive in this business and sell books are the ones that, you know, do the little extra things to keep people coming back. I'm so glad I didn't have to experience that with no Campbell books. I would have flipped out. I flipped out that there was no Wolverine popcorn buckets at my theater when I bought an early advanced screening ticket and they said they were sold out.
Oh.
I fucking lost it, dude. So I can't imagine if I waited 2 hours in line and they're giving me a spine tick book. I'd have lost my shit, dude.
Yeah, I mean, listen, and it was even the way he came at me about it, and I was just like, listen, man, like, you don't have to get mad at me about it, but I'm just telling you, people are spending a lot of money in this line. He was like, what? You're spending like $360, $370? He was like, I've got people spending way more than that. I was like,
Oh, bro.
Hell no.
Are you serious,
Oh
Vinny?
my God,
Are you
yeah.
kidding me? Holy shit.
Oh my God,
Holy
dude.
shit. Holy
The audacity,
and then-
dude. What a piece of shit, dude.
Yeah, it's
Well,
crazy.
and then
Vinny.
all that time he
Was that our guy?
Which guy was it? I hope it wasn't
and
that
then all that-
James dude, because that's one of the things I walked up to there like at one point during the week, and I stopped
Yeah.
by just to shake that dude's hand. But I hope it wasn't him, man.
I didn't.
I don't know who it was. It was one of the dudes up there. But
That is fucking
but all that time he used to explain all that, he could have
That
just
was-
swapped out the book.
that was the thing. We were there for like 5 minutes having this discussion. The other guy was like, "Hey, thank you for buying the books. You know, it's all good." I was like, "I'm cool," you know, but I was like, "You're the one wasting the time right now." So
wow, dude, that would have.
So were you able to get a different book?
finally, I was able to. Yeah,
Good for you.
I think I made enough of a big deal out of it.
Yeah, hell yeah, dude. Never like put up with that.
Yeah.
But
Absolutely not, man.
I gotta be honest though, like for them to not have some type of plan or hold back books, so because people can't go to the con every day. You know, some people can only go on Fridays, some people can only go on Sundays, some people only Saturdays, and you're one of the biggest draws of the fucking con. You know what I mean? Like you have the booth right in the middle, the biggest booth. Your variants are one of the biggest draws of any comic book con. You're the hardest. You're the top 5 hottest artists in the game right now. They should have set aside books to let people get the chance to get them every day of the con.
You know, but the artist knows that, dude. Do you know what I mean? Like,
but I like how some of the other booths where they drop certain books on certain days. Like, I don't understand why they just couldn't do that.
Yes.
Like if they're, like they had the, make the Spider-Gwen like available every single day because that print runs like 2,200. Then drop like one of the Witchblades on the first day. They had like 6 different variants as well or whatever.
Yeah.
So,
Boom. But they gotta know that he's the draw. You
Yes.
know what I mean?
Yes.
They gotta. It's like, hey, Jay, like bring more books, bro. Come on, man. You know.
Well, he had a ton of books, bro. They had the 2 Witchblades, the Spider-Gwen, the Mary Jane books,
Ultimate
the ultimate stuff. They had a ton
That's
of
the
books.
Wolverine stuff.
The Wolverine stuff.
So if I was J. Scott Campbell, I'd have like 3 long boxes of back stock. And okay, man, let's go. $10 a book. You want my autograph? That's 20. Let's go.
Yeah.
The Deadpool versus
Let's make some
Wolverine.
money. I'll go buy a house. Let's go.
Well, he's buying. He made a ton of money this con, bro. I guarantee it. I mean, selling out those books fast, selling
But
the
I think-
whole.
It must have not been expected though, because I don't think they normally sell out their booth. So he probably came with whatever level of inventory he normally comes with, and for some reason, this year was much hotter. I mean, it was those 4 exclusives, and I mean that's what I was going for. But I guess once he ran out of those 4, people were like, "Let me just buy whatever else you have."
Bro, Campbell is at the height of his powers right now, man.
Well,
like his stuff is just phenomenal right now.
I think there were, I think just the other years, if I'm not correct, it was only so many a day. And he used to be down, not in Artist Alley, but like where Comic Sketch Art across from where Trinity was. He always used to have that corner over there. And he's only had, I think only the last 2 years he's had that
3
booth
years
in the same place.
Maybe
Is it 3 years?
yeah.
Okay.
2 or 3 years.
I don't know, 2 or 3 years, but before that he was over there. And don't be wrong, it was a decent sized corner booth. It just wasn't as like whatever. And I feel like he used to be there more. And I don't know. I mean, that's when all his websites on his email, everything sell out in 10 minutes. I don't know if he's necessarily any more popular, but I feel like they only just release whatever they used to release like per day. So I don't know. It doesn't seem like I don't know that they would have had this problem. I don't even know if it's demand, dude. Like I said, I just think they did a better job before of allocating daily, is what I want to say.
Yeah. Shout out to Steel Cartel. I got a good story about him that we're going to tell a little bit later. So, yeah, so that's the whole Campbell thing. The whole thing happened on with the previews. We couldn't get anything from Campbell on previews, and the next day, we went and shot the shit with Clutch for a little bit, after Alex Pardee. And then I think we left after that, and we went and got ready for the for Nobu, which was probably one of the best experiences I've ever had, right? I've never...
First time eating sushi.
I've never had sushi, right? I've never had sushi. And Vinny, it was funny because Vinny, and I don't know how to use chopsticks. I don't know how to do any of that shit. And Vinny goes, "Don't worry, dude. You'll figure it out of necessity." And I'm like, what the fuck does that mean? And what that fucking means is you're hungry, you want to eat, and there's only chopsticks. There's not tableware, right? So sure enough, after 3-4 tries, I figured it out, and by the end of the night, man, it was fucking. I was money with that shit. And,
I was saying that I was in. I had a trip like years ago to China and Japan with a buddy of mine, and we were traveling. Like he had his family in Hong Kong and stuff, and also Hong Kong, and he had his family there, and they would only serve everything on this round, like the round
Lazy Susan.
Yep. Thing on the table, and all I had was my chopsticks, and everybody was laughing at me because I would try to grab stuff and then would fall before it got to my plate, and eventually they started feeling sorry for me. But it was like that the whole trip, so I learned really fast. So I mean, Brian learned extremely fast too. It was only like 15 minutes, so he had it down pat, so he was good.
Yeah,
down pat. You're such a nice guy, Vinny.
He was a good student. I gave him the 2-minute lesson of how to use a chopstick. Yeah. I was like, take the bottom one, hold it like a pencil. That one stays still. Hold the top one, and then just move the top. And then
you got the fat end and skinny end together.
So we're at Nobu, and it's awesome, right? As soon as we walk in, we're looking for Mike and Dinesh, and we kind of wander outside, and we see Tony. Tony Fleece was there. We say hello to Tony, give Tony a big hug. How's it going? Da da da. He's at a table with a bunch of his friends. Dinesh comes out, tells us, "Oh, we're in there." Da da da. Mike's in there. We go in. We see Mike. Mike, tells us where we're at. We sit down, and I literally look in front of us, you guys, and this table right behind Vinny is Rob Liefeld sitting there. And he's holding court. He's sitting there the whole time, and he's very animated. He's talking, everybody's laughing, and you could tell he's just holding court. To his right is Robert Kirkman. To his left is J. Scott Campbell. Art Adams next to him. Jeff Loeb next to him.
Shut the fuck up, for real, bro.
Yeah, dude, right behind us.
Yeah.
Then I posted in the chat. I had look, taking a selfie with Liefeld, Kirkman, and Campbell, but it's just me in the back of their heads.
Yeah.
Because I'm sitting next to Vinny. If you're looking, I'm Vinny's. There's me posting the picture, going like, "Hey, look, I'm hanging out with Kirkman and Liefeld." They don't know it, but I do.
Yeah.
And then, and then we find out he's like the guy next to me is like, "Wait, Rob's here? It's his art. It's like Rob's art rep." And this old guy,
right
dude. And this guy does it for his like his OA stuff. So Rob doesn't. This guy next to us, he doesn't even deal with comic books. He only does OA. We're like, oh yeah, you have more money than me. I mean,
the guy next to me,
you make more money in comics than I do. This is all you've done is do is OA.
Yeah.
The guy next to me, his name was Aaron as well, and he was a big OA collector.
This is an OA dinner, dude.
This is all OA, guys.
The guy owned like some major site.
Yeah.
Yeah. What was that site called, Vinny?
The guy next to.
Next to Yee.
I forgot which one. I don't know if it was Comic Sketch Art or another.
It wasn't Comic Sketch Art. It was something else.
One. I was like,
yeah.
It was something. It was something, man. I was like, what the hell?
So yeah, man, it was absolutely crazy. I don't know what this is. I mean, we were just we
were taking shots of sake the entire time.
Yeah. Here's the dude that's next to Leg. This dude right here. That's the dude that owns
that's our structure guy.
Yeah. I'm trying to get, I think, a picture of everybody. Yeah. And, I don't want to be having my phone out taking pictures the whole fucking time type shit.
There are literally signs that say no pictures of your food.
Yeah. And that dude right there just got up and he's walking over and talking to Rob right now. And that's what happened. People were just walking over to Rob the whole time. They were walking over to Dinesh the whole time and Mike and everybody was just walking and talking. It was fucking... See, look. There's Kirkman, the dude sitting next to Lake's talking to Rob right now. I mean, right?
Sitting there chewing up the food in the background. I love it,
bro. Yeah, it was. And again, big thank you to Mike and Dinesh for that, for inviting us to that. That was
dude.
The food. Holy shit! And it was funny because Dinesh goes, "This is the first time you've ate sushi." I go, "Yeah." He goes, "Well, you're gonna just have to fucking." You can't go to any other place now,
So fuck, dude, you can't start at Nobu, dude.
So you're just gonna have to. You're just gonna have to come back now.
It doesn't make any sense. You're just.
And I'm like, all right, man. Yeah,
It's like you had the Rolls Royce, and now you can't. You can't eat the Ford Pinto now.
Yeah, you grow up with a Cadillac, and you get a '91 Daihatsu.
Fiat or something.
Bro,
something, dude.
Did y'all buy the table a bottle of wine or anything like that?
Dude,
send it over there.
I wish we should.
So Mike has a really good story.
Mike
about that.
did.
Yeah,
kinda.
So Mike. So if you ever listen to Rob's Observation, he always talks about Reese's Pieces and Reese's, right? That's his like absolute favorite candy. So he has a giant like Reese's. And he gets our waiter to give it to Rob Liefeld. And Rob, because he's not too far from us. He's probably 2 tables
4 feet
over.
away, yeah.
Yeah, and so he's looking over. He's like, who sent this? Who sent this? But meeting Mike was really cool, too, because, I had never met him, and I didn't know what he looked like. So I introduced myself, and he goes, oh, I know who you are. I was oh, am I a rock star?
Mike,
he's
the man, dude.
Yeah, Mike Hansen's a good dude. Shout out to him. Thank you so much for just every time we saw him, he was on point. Just a super cool dude. So this is
super positive.
People were passing around original art the whole time and just showing each other original art pages. Literally, you guys, that was one of the other things that was very noticeable at the con. Everybody that I talked to, that's all they talked about was original art, collecting original art. It's hit. You know how we've been talking about it for years, how it's the tip of the spear. It is the ultimate of comic collecting, and that it was it still was kind of underneath the water a little bit. People weren't really into it like big time. It's hit because that's literally every place I went, everybody I talked to brought up original art. It was crazy.
Oh, even that piece at the end of the con that we saw, that
Yeah.
was a really great pickup. I mean, I forgot to show this. So I met Mirica and Dolfo, and I picked up my commission from
Hold
her.
on.
So,
Hold on.
Wow.
I gotta get the stuff that I got. I'll be right back.
Yeah, so this is a magic and pen and ink.
That is awesome, Aaron. Good for you, man.
Yeah, so I was really happy about it. She saw how excited I was for it, and then
Hell yeah, dude. That's beautiful, man.
yeah, and then I shared it on Instagram and tagged her into it, and she even shared it on one of her stories. So yeah,
Hey, but tell them how it came.
Oh, just sheet of paper, like no top loader, nothing. Like just the paper. She
Not
just
even a
handed
bag. Not even a bag.
Yeah, so
just gave it to him. He just walking around like trying not to fuck this thing up or let the wind blow it.
Yeah, and I was just like kind of like we got to get back, and then I forgot to buy a top loader right away. I should have bought one as soon as after buying it from her.
This is one
like
of the
she's never done original art before, so she doesn't understand that there's bags and top loaders, right? I get it.
Oh,
yeah.
So she had one of those store folios or whatever, where it's like this, the individual page.
What they were
like,
looking at.
binders.
Yeah, what those guys
like
were looking
they were
at.
looking at, like in that art collection. So that's what she had all her commissions, and then you just had to tell her your name. She had it written on the back.
Okay.
So
she even wrote my name.
So the craziest thing at Nobu, there was something I experienced with food there that I've never experienced in my life with eating food. And it wasn't with the sushi. The sushi was good. First time I ever ate sushi, it was good. It was amazing, actually. But at the end of the whole thing, they bring out this fucking dessert, you guys. And you can see Vinny eating right there. It's sitting here. It's in this cup. And they bring out this fucking dessert. And Vinny's telling everybody to fuck off. And the dessert's in a cup, and it's
I don't
got
know
like
when
these.
he's recording.
We were pretty hammered by then, Sean.
Oh,
I mean,
yeah.
it was,
Yeah.
we were
We're
pretty lit.
hammered, dude.
Yeah, can we have our 8th old fashioned, please?
Yeah.
Second bottle of sake by that point too.
Yeah.
Oh, there's like
Yeah.
4th bottle of sake, dude.
Was it that many bottles? I
At
felt
least
like
3 for sure.
I felt like I kind of blacked out by like the end of the dinner.
But Brian's gonna talk about a layered dessert.
So they drop this fucking dessert in front of us, and the waitress goes, "All right, you have to eat this a certain way. You got to take your spoon, put it straight down, get every piece of the layer, and eat it." Bro, that shit was the best shit I've ever tasted, dude. It was fucking unbelievable. Like this little
was at the
dessert
very
in this
top?
little cup.
Yeah.
Holy shit, man. I've never like eaten something and you can taste like 10 different things at once so like perfectly. Like I watch like food shows, how everybody's like, "Oh my god, this is so good. It tastes so good." I'm like always thinking bullshit. It does that's not fucking true. It can happen, you guys. It can happen.
So
What was the
Yeah,
very
dude,
bottom
and-
layer?
That was I'm not sure because it was different than we had before. And I think the guy did decent. I think I did okay on explanation because if I hadn't, it wasn't the same, but it was similar. I went with my girlfriend there a year ago, and the way we had dessert, and they explained a little better than him saying put it straight down. Because I was like, no, oh shit, this is it. I was like, there's layers, so you stab through the layers and then kind of scoop up the side. And I can't lie, we had two. We had two. It was so damn good. It was absolutely amazing. But I'm not sure the layers. I just know that I never ordered dessert, and I ate that thing slow.
Dude, it was so fucking good.
I guess while we were talking about OA, I brought the things that I got at the con. Not huge things, but I thought they were like pretty dope. So I think we mentioned on the last show that Matsuhiro Arita was at the
yes.
con.
I didn't
right?
even get to stop by Stan Sakai.
What'd you get, dude?
So I tried to get him to sign my Japanese Charizard cards. I had 3 of them. I dug them up, got them, brought them to the con. It was a no because apparently he's not allowed to sign anything Pokemon related. So what he would do was a $200 sketch, whatever he wanted, or a $200 5-minute sketch, or a $500 15-minute sketch, and you have to give him five. You have to give him 5 keywords. So I did one, and my keywords were Pantone, Relic, Flower, Determination, and Power. I just went all like super abstract, and so he did this one for me, which I thought was pretty dope.
Dude, that's fucking killer, dude.
Look how beautiful that is.
Is that the 15-minute or is that the 5-minute?
That's the 15-minute. And then I was like, that's pretty cool. Plus, I was like, my son's really into Pokemon. I need to get another one. Just who knows when he'll be back, right? So, okay, the first one I went super abstract with the words, right? And then I was like, right before me, I saw him essentially drawing like, it looked like a Charizard chasing a Squirtle, right? And I was like, I should be a little bit more specific about what I want. So I said, giant rat battle venomous snake. I didn't go so abstract, and it got this one on the second one, which I thought was dope too.
Wow.
Nice.
That snake's dope.
Yeah. So
because those are Pokemon related too, right?
Yeah,
like,
I mean,
technically,
kind of. You know, he can't really do Pokemon, but
right without breaking that license deal or whatever it is, or.
And I got one more thing. I didn't buy a lot of other OA or anything like that, but my buddy got a ticket. He had a what is it? Animation Magazine #1, which is I think very early Simpsons or something.
Yep, first Simpsons.
So he kind of begged the guy in the Hulu line to like let him in. It was only 25 tickets, and the tickets were gone. Or he went up there and he was like, "Hey, I really wanted to get this thing signed." And so the guy was like, "Okay, check back with me." He checked back like every day or every other day to get in the line. Finally, he made it in. So he was like, "Yo, I'm in the line. If you want to get something signed, get it." And he found like some prelims by Bill Morrison for like $100. So I ended up grabbing one, which was
we're about to lose him.
Pretty cool, like very like.
Hold on, Vinny. All right.
And then
look at
signed
that.
by Matt Groening. Can you still hear me?
Yes.
Oh, yeah, and he did like a
Matt
little tiny
Groening
sketch. Yeah,
Bill Morrison
dope.
and Matt Groening. Holy shit! And Matt Groening even did a sketch of Bart.
Yep, little tiny sketch of Bart. So that was like
cool.
Those were kind of my claims to fame from this show. Those are my favorite pieces. I'd say.
Damn,
Things
dude.
I got.
That's another thing. I didn't get a chance to see Stan Sakai's booth or see Bill Morrison. I would have loved to seen those.
Yeah, Bill Morrison was just selling sketches for like $100.
Are you serious?
Prelim sketches from comics and stuff. Yeah, it was cool.
Oh, I missed his booth.
And Nobu, the crazy thing about Nobu is where it's located. It's in that hotel or whatever, right?
Mm-hmm.
And I've never been in these hotels. And look at this shit. This shit's fucking. The Hard Rock is amazing, dude.
Yeah, they go crazy.
Oh yeah, with all the SpongeBob stuff, like. Even their restaurant was like all SpongeBob thing.
Yeah, dude. It's fucking nuts, man. I took a bunch of video. I don't know what it is, so we're just kind of checking it out as we go. I mean, very, very cool. We hung out there for a while, and after that, what did we do? We were yeah.
Did we go anywhere drinking afterwards?
No, I think we were just so hammered that we went back and opened
that's what we did.
That's what we did.
So that's what I want to do. So then we're hammered and we're like, okay.
Well, we went to the lobby across the street.
Yeah, we went to the lobby across the street and
then
we kind of separated.
They were all gonna go somewhere, and I did Doctor Strange, and I'm all, it's 1 a.m. Like California, you're gonna have last call by 1:30. Like everybody, if we were walking to a place, I'll be like, "Fuck, let's walk to a place." But people are waiting for an Uber. I didn't hear. Maybe Vinny knows where I was going. I was just like, "Dude, Doctor Strange. If Blake doesn't want to go, that means it's a waste of time. Because I'll go drink and have fun anywhere." So, but at the same time, like I know when we have last minute shit. Like, wait 10 minutes for an Uber, get 10 minutes to get there. then maybe you can get in and maybe get a drink, and then you have to call and pay for another Uber. What's the freaking point? But anyway, go ahead.
This is where we stayed, you guys. This is our pad right here, and it's literally right next to everything. I mean, the location of this place was by far the best location at any time I've ever stayed in San Diego.
It was like 3 blocks away from the convention center. Like,
yeah, you could drop your shit off, drop your bag. Like, can you fill up a backpack? Like, if you get exclusives, you get in a line a bunch of times, or you just don't want to carry shit, and you're away and you walk out to have lunch. It's never being in the middle of Fifth Street. Like, if you walk out of the con where it says the gas lamp, and there's like a sign, like almost like the Santa Monica Pier or whatever, that's Fifth Street. So you just walk up a few blocks. It's a real easy walk. It's kind of fun watching everybody, and that's got to be the morning right there.
Yeah,
because they actually, especially if they can have a truck there, they only open up for mornings and the delivery. You can't drive a car on the street.
So what we would do is, unless
it was Wednesday.
Yeah, where I'm circling is where our pad was. So this is the Insomnia Cookie. This door right here went upstairs, and this is where we stayed. This place right here, where these windows are. So we would come down in the middle of the night after everything closed, after we got back, and we'd sit in these railings just smoking and drinking, and we'd just sit and watch. And this street, by the way, is packed. I mean, it is wall-to-wall people all night, all fucking night.
And I don't know if we rented that patio or not, but that was going to be my freaking story if I was going to get in trouble for standing out there with a beer.
Yeah, I live here.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
That I bought myself from upstairs.
Yes. It was so good. We did it every night. It was just the perfect way to wind down. So that's what we did. And then we went upstairs, okay? And we forgot that we had the cards. So we're like, fuck it. So we busted out the cards. Me, Vinny, Yee. We opened up cards.
Yeah, Leg was opening.
I want to open some cards, man.
Leg.
I didn't get any cards to open. And after you see what Vinny's opening, I'm like, we should just have Vinny open all the cards.
Vinny pulled out of the optic a numbered to 49 green Jason Tatum card that looks so beautiful as a color match.
Yeah.
It's unreal. He pulled
it's a
two
glossy
autos
too, right? Because it has the lasers in it.
Yep. He pulled 2 autos out of the Bowman. What else? He pulled 2 Wemby rookies.
Here's one. And then I opened the Series 2 baseball and I pulled out this Yamamoto color match blue.
Yeah.
Oh, that was nice. That was party time, yeah.
Yeah, so I was like, oh, that just pays for all the boxes I just ripped. And then
I think I pulled 2 of those Wemby rated rookies. I pulled at least one.
Yeah,
for you guys. That's as much magic as I could conjure up.
So then Vinny goes, we're just like getting ready to throw away all the base. And Vinny's like, save the base for my kid. So Vinny calls me yesterday and he goes, dude, my son is so stoked with all the fucking cards that he got, man.
Hell yeah, dude. I'll never throw anything away again.
Right? That's what I told him.
Yeah. He's sick. He was so happy, like, because there were also hockey cards. There were different cards he didn't have, different sports. Like, he was like, he's just over the top. He put them all inside his little 9 pocket pages, and he's just looking at them. It's everything you would want for a kid to do with cards, because he's looking at the backs, looking at the players, like learning everything. It's the type of stuff I feel like we did when we were younger, so it's cool.
Yeah, like Evan Taylor, I did a break a few years ago when we were on that old Discord server, like for the whatever one that Dino started like 4 years ago, Comic Cards and shit or something. I don't know.
Oh yeah.
And then anyway, so I do it on there, and he's like, "Hey man, like he's like, if I throw you some more money, can I get like the paper out of it?" And I'm like, dude, I'll just send them to you. And I don't know, he sent me like $20 or $30. Dude, I packed up and I opened. There was a lot you could find product. This is like Zion Jaw days when you could find it, and then it disappeared for a while. Dude, I packed up like a few thousand leftover like basketball cards that I'd opened that year. I was like, dude, You're getting a flat rate full of fucking everything I got, dude. Right? Yeah, like just go ahead, man. You want it for your kids, dude? They get it all. I'm not saving shit, you know.
So the next day we get up early. It's Thursday, and I have to go take my car back to the car rental.
You missed the best part about the dinner too.
What?
So Mike.
Oh yes. Look at these.
The Planet Death, Bad Idea. Like this is their exclusive for San Diego.
So gorgeous,
that art
dude.
is so sick.
Yeah,
dude, the interior art too inside is like the most incredible part. Like just seeing the OA art at all the different dinners and
that's right
after parties. Like just look how detailed all this is. Or I guess you're pulling up.
Yeah, I mean it's next level shit, dude. Thomas Giorello did the art, and it is. I mean, probably some of the most beautiful. This was one of the best things that I saw at the entire con. Was when we went in, and we'll talk about it at the Bad Idea Party a little bit, but you went into
that is so good, man.
Yeah, you went into the Bad Idea Party, and there was a giant like mural of this, and it was it's just so beautiful, dude. The writer from John Wick helped write it also, which is cool. Derek Kolstad,
I think he was there.
Robert
I think
Venditti.
he was there. As well, right?
Yeah. Dinesh introduced him to me. We started talking about aliens. Dinesh is like, yeah, this guy's into aliens and shit, and you're into aliens and shit, and the next thing you know, we're talking about Coast to Coast AM and Art Bell and George Knapp and yeah. So
who was it that I met, Brian? Who are the like alien dudes that I met? And then
George Knapp, George Knapp and Colm Kelleher. So for those of you guys that don't know, check out this story because I'm going to tell this story. I get Dinesh to come on the podcast, and you guys know the podcast. We always talk about aliens and shit over there, and we have their UFO report. So Dinesh is on, and we get into the UFO report, and it's the time of the year last year when George Knapp went in front of Congress with all those people, and we're talking about it. And on the show, Dinesh goes, "Oh, George Knapp, you guys know George Knapp?" And I go, "Dude, George Knapp is one of my fucking heroes." He goes, "You want to have lunch with him?" I'm like, what the fuck? He goes, yeah, I was supposed to do a deal with him to produce a TV show about the Skinwalker Ranch book that him and Colm Kelleher wrote. And me and Vinny went and had a fucking dinner meeting with him. And the whole time, Vinny is telling me that these guys are crazy and I got to get the fuck out of here. And I'm like, fucking Vinny.
Yo, I didn't know who these people were. That was hilarious. I didn't know they were like a big deal.
They're a big deal. Two of the biggest deals in that world, bro. Like very well connected in the government and shit.
Wow.
It was, yeah.
My favorite was seeing the Vinny lean the entire time.
Oh yeah.
Where you going? Where we going?
So so I got to
they were very convincing, Brian. I'll say that. I was like, yo, this is kind of freaking me out. Get me out of here.
Yeah, they know the shit.
It was more like that. Yeah.
So Thursday morning we get up. I got to get up early and take my fucking car to the car place and drop it off. And I get up and I'm like, okay, I'm going to, we somehow got our hands on some chocolate bars with mushrooms in them. And I decide, okay, I'm going to take a couple pieces of this chocolate bar. And said chocolate bar is half melted. And when you read the chocolate bar, it literally says on the chocolate bar, if you want to microdose, take one little piece. If you want to kind of feel it, take 5 little pieces. And if you want to go to the moon, take half the bar. And so I'm like, okay, I'm going to take 5 pieces. So I take 5 pieces. I go out with Yi. We smoke a blunt. I go take my car to the place. I drop it off. I call the Uber. I get into the Uber, and the whole world changes on me, dude. Like this shit hits me like a fucking train, like a locomotive, dude. And
I brought other shit. Like I didn't. You supposed to ask?
I didn't know, dude.
It melted. Yeah, it's 115 degrees where I live, dude. So check out in the trunk.
So So
if you're like, hey, what do you recommend with whatever happens to be here, right? And do you know scientists don't like these are not regulated scientific chocolate bars. They have really cool packaging. They're like made by PGX, you know, like just
made in someone's basement.
Yeah. So
yeah, better than that, but you can't. It's almost impossible to separate it like that.
So I'm like next fucking world, and the driver like could totally tell, you know what I mean? I was like fucking like I was like out of it. He's trying to talk to me, and I'm like I don't even know what's going on here. And so he drops me off, and I've got a case of water in my hands, and a bag of trail mix, and I'm like. And the case of water is starting to fall apart on me. You know, it's like one of those cases of water that's only held together by the plastic. And so I'm just like, and I don't know where I'm at. I told him to drop me off at my house. I still haven't got my bearings. I'm like, what the fuck is going on? So I just dropped the case of water and just leave it there. I'm like, I don't even give a fuck
just
about
left
this
it
thing.
in the street.
Yeah, I just left it in the street. I'm like, fuck this. And, you know, I had to call them and be like, okay, tell me where to go. So I go upstairs, and they're at the con, by the way. So I go upstairs, and I am fucking just tripping balls, bro. And I turn on.
He ate what before I got in the shower?
And then he was already gone. Like, and then
and left. And left with him. What a terrible idea!
I figured Brian was a pro enough because, like, I was like, oh yeah, he microdoses all the time. Like, he should be able to handle this.
That
and then like Sean
microdosing.
looked at how much chocolate he had. He probably had like a third of the bar or something like that.
That's probably half, dude.
Oh my god, bro. So I get back, and I'm like, okay, this place is to myself. I'm gonna sit here, enjoy myself. I turn on the TV. I've got fucking pizza, beer. I've got like all the goodies. I'm smoking, you know, the best cannabis. I've got like all the goodies. And I got so stoned that I got hungry and I ate a bunch of pizza. But here's the best part. So I turn on the fucking TV, and it's playing the best of Kill Tony when Shane Gillis was Trump and the other dude was Biden. And I was laughing so goddamn hard at this thing, dude. I was crying. But after about an hour and a half of that, everything changed. And it went to fucking straight purge. Like, and the next thing I know, I'm fucking praying to the fucking porcelain gods. I'm in and out of the shower. I fucking had to clean the whole fucking bathroom up, dude. Like, I told the guys, like, dude, I am fucking, this shit hit me hard.
What? I didn't even know that. When did that happen?
Well, dude, that
Thursday.
This is day one.
Day
so
one.
that's why you didn't see him, dude.
Yeah, because everyone that saw us on Thursday was like, "Hey, where's Brian at? Like, we were hoping to see him and talk to him and stuff like that." We're like, "Yeah, he had to like, you know, take care of the car stuff," and then like, you know, I wasn't going to put his business out there. It was up to him to decide on.
Yeah, well, okay, yeah, you know, we're gonna tell the couple people that like are that with know us. Him. Yeah. You know, we're gonna let him. We're gonna. You know, he's told an accurate version of this story. If Brian decides to leave details out, that's on him. But like, I could tell though, because that especially that chocolate shit, dude. A lot of times, like I said, I'm like, dude, you're rolling, right? Your waves are hitting you.
Oh, it was
when
like
he said he was going to be at lunch in 30, and
that was
us.
Funny.
It was us and Dan, and I was like, I mean, first off, if you're at lunch down the street, like. We'll save you a seat, man. You're gonna go on the call. We're not gonna wait 30 minutes to see if the guy's mushrooms don't leave his body to order our hamburgers, right? And so we're like, all right. So yeah, so we sit there, and then after, you know, we're just like, well, we're gonna leave. Like I said, it's so close. You're gonna go empty your storefolios and leave all your shit in a room. You know, check on check on Buddy. So when we get back, Aaron, and I, you know, we just take a load off on the couch or whatever. Brian's sitting on the couch, and I look over and I was like, "Oh, you got another wave, yes. Right?" He's talking to us through, like, right? And I'm like, oh, he's cycling through right now. All right, you know. And I was like, I figured it's probably good that we came in and brought
back to earth.
just start talking about reminding you were at Comic-Con.
Yeah. So I got out of it. I got dressed and shit, and we all went back up to the con. We walked around the con. It was really, really interesting to see, starting to see stuff at the con. There was, I'll show you guys some of the stuff, just kind of walking around and videotaping stuff. Shout out to Jay Will, Brian, living the good life. Much love, homie. Thank you, brother. Much love to you, bro. That $10 super chat. So this was, this was some of the stuff, I just tried to take some video of the first day. A lot of beautiful stuff. This was at the previews booth, the diamond booth, everything that they were kind of selling, and they had
that we finally got.
Yes.
Yeah, I know. Like because like as soon as they sold out of their toys or whatever, you could finally buy comics from them. Like there was no line. Like
and those comics are mostly limited to like 200. So definitely a lot of the ones he's showing, we got, especially those darknesses. I got the spawns, right? Spawn kills, every spawn. Some really cool books, man. So we're glad to get that. And then they did. None of us are like actual diamond guys here, but like they weren't that happy. Like Drew was not happy. Dennis was not happy. They're like, oh
Jesse,
wait, we're used to we're used to getting your stuff to like be able to sell it like the markup you'd have in a store. And they're like, oh, but we're gonna get 10% off. Whoop-de frickin' do. So $10 comics, $9 for a retailer. The Diamond just took it into their own hands.
Yeah.
Well, no,
they had good shit, but it's Diamond. Of course, they're gonna have good shit.
No, it wasn't even that. They were gonna give them 10% commission of whatever books they sold or something like that.
They used to get these for a major discount. So if you were a retailer, you could put in an order before the con. You didn't have to go to their booth and get them. You would put in an order and get books or items from them. And now they sell to retailers just like they sell to us, and that's kind of fucked up, to be honest. I'll be a little honest,
Yeah.
But the whole diamond distribution has changed.
But I'm glad for us because they had some good books, but I completely understand that, and I think all of us are in favor of retail stores staying alive and vibrant.
Yeah.
I might, we don't move enough product to, right? I don't know. I move margin stuff, so I don't like to. I wouldn't have the ability really to open a storefront, nor do I want to, but.
The McFarlane toys that they had there were gorgeous. These World of Warcraft figures are beautiful. The comic first cut recreation covers are gorgeous. They had this beautiful Spider-Man #1 like fleece blanket that at some point I'm going to buy because it just looks so comfortable and so badass. The comics that they had were great, but they were damaged. Like a bunch of mine were damaged. A bunch of legs were damaged. They forgot to give me half of the comics I ordered. I had to go back. It was kind of a nightmare dealing with.
Yeah, and I forgot like when I didn't. I literally did you change out those beat ones?
No.
I literally forgot the 2 times with them in my backpack.
Yep.
Kind of
annoyed.
annoyed.
Blanket that's amazing.
That blanket right below there. Look how beautiful that thing
actually
is.
Sitting. I put these to the side because when I list the stuff for sale, when I list these, obviously, gorgeous books. These were the ones that had damages. Yeah, sorry. These are the ones that had 2 of those. Absolutely gorgeous books. I'm glad I bought. I got like 4 of each. But yeah, like there's creases, and these creases with the color break and a cardstock, dude. You can't. I'm not gonna be able to really fix that. Not with the color break.
Yep. So that was pretty cool. And then this was pretty cool. This was the Comic Connect Metropolis booth. They had a punch 12 there, a 3.5, which that was the only punch I saw at the whole entire con, which was interesting.
So you really need the great gears now. At this point.
Yes. They had some beautiful. Obviously, the original art at the con was amazing. They had a ton of Jack Kirby pages, Michael Turner pages, Wally Wood. I saw some Wally Wood stuff. the most amazing stuff. Frank Miller, Will Eisner, Silvestri, just amazing. The most amazing original art was at the con, and a lot of people got some really good deals, some really good books, pages, and original art this year. Like I said,
and a lot of that, if you guys don't know, when they're advertising their services and like sort of solidifying their standing in the world by showing off all this shit, like their CSS event auction, you can't buy this from them. You know, you'd still have to go online and win these books, which is, you know, it's whatever. I understand what they're doing, and I don't blame them for doing that. But there definitely are some big ass dealers there that do have stuff like this that you can buy from. But there's not too many like regular dealers that'll have a AF-15 and a Tech 27 in the same case, a little piece of glass that you can see.
Yeah. Chad Cave asked, did McClay find Carla Cohen and get her to fix his pricey package he bought? To be honest, bro, it wasn't even worth it. You know what I mean? Like, I stopped by, I said hello, I shook her hand, I said who I was. She was so busy the whole time. Every time I walked by the booth she was at, she was drawing. There was 5 people talking to her, or Lucillo. So the only time I walked by, I was with Yi, and I walked by, and just on the last day, and I said hello, I shook her hand, I said who I was. I said I'd talk to her later, you know, through IG and that stuff. It just wasn't worth it. I'll wait until August.
Yeah, let me take care of it, dude. I'll get you your books back. I mean,
well,
your money.
She did say that
You'll
she
be
was
blocked forever, but you might get it taken care of.
Yeah, man. Like that's see, I don't get it, dude. Like, I'm the guy. Like, if I see my friends getting fucked over, like, I don't give a fuck. You know what I mean?
Yeah, totally.
I'm not built that way. I can't allow my friends to get fucked over, dude. I mean, when I saw you, too. I mean, I think Yi was on here. I think Big Leg. When you were opening that up, I was like, bro, what the fuck is that, dude? Like,
yeah, you know. So
Yeah.
so supposedly what's supposed to happen is they're going to be offering another similar thing in August, and they're going to send me a free box. So we'll see how that plays out. If that doesn't play out, then we'll make a big deal about it and turn it into something. But
That's
you know,
fair. I mean, I think that's honestly, if it's what everybody else gets or good enough, you know, I think that's a fair way to make it up. It's hard when it's different items and worse, and it's like they know what we're in different boxes, but they don't know who got what and which box had what. You know, she's not going to know what she sent you. She's not like Brian McClay.
Yeah.
You know, I mean, maybe next time they will, but it's difficult. It just wasn't done right in the first place. But making up for it.
So you guys were there. Did you guys pick up and touch like the PSA slabs?
That's what I want to talk about. Yeah. So we not only did we see the PSA slab, we also saw this Comic Collect had these. They're Upper Decks. This is the Upper Deck booth, and through Upper Deck and Comic Collect, they're going to be offering these new these. They're not grades, but they're just slabs for people that want what.
I said I hate those. It don't make any sense.
Yeah, it doesn't make any sense. Check these out. These are them right here.
So Big Leg and I talked to the guys over at Upper Deck, and
about these
about
a little
these
while actually.
Yeah, because I was trying to understand what their terminology means, like what their plans are, you know, that kind of thing. And my first question to them was like, I was like, what do you mean by uncirculated? Like, you know, I just wanted to know what that actual meant for them. So what they do is they order copies from Diamond, you know, Lunar, whoever, and once they get them, they encase the books. So what they mean by uncirculated is that it's never hit, you know, the shelf of the store.
Yeah.
So
it has such potential to get damage in these things.
Let me show that, Vinny. Hold on here. Is that what it is?
Yeah, I think so. This is something that I was given like a few months ago at one of these like comic retailer things.
Yeah, that's got the uncirculated.
That is it.
There.
Yep.
Bro, these are like those like super flimsy cases that they put cards in.
Yeah.
Oh, top loaders.
It's like is it as thick as an
It's like a
Interwell?
card saver.
Yeah, it's probably as thick as an Interwell, but I feel like I
Probably
could
is an Interwell.
I feel like I could
that
just snap
is-
this thing in half. Like I don't even know how
this
to
is.
store it.
Yeah.
It's super annoying, actually.
So, well, I mean, the fact that you can. Okay, so he said we're like, well, I'm like, what are these gonna be like graded price? He's like, he said it was gonna be retail price, so you got a $4.99 book. He said it's gonna be like 50 cents to get this thing on there, and I'm like, oh, well, now you're talking a price point where maybe this can make sense. And the thing is, and I don't know how the fuck they're not gonna run out of space. I don't know the size of their vault, but like where you can basically. Probably be like a bank where they don't have all the cash on hand, dude. But where they can basically have those in their marketplace and buy and sell them and never even get them shipped to you, or I think he was trying to say you could do. I doubt this, but like trades or something on there. So it's kind of like the PWC or CC, whatever it is, vaults. I don't ship anything to a vault. I don't know. I like opening my stuff. So I really think that it's not in that way. Then it's in that way. It sounds like a good way that they can do things. So, kind of having a little collection there of either uncirculated or soft slabs or probably both. And they say they're gonna pick the nice copies right off of there. It's a way to preserve it and keep it there, I don't know. I'd rather do it myself. We all have room for comic books, basically. It's an interesting concept. Then if something goes up, and they're going to sell the variants. They're going to sell 1 in 25s, 1 in 50s. If you want to get them tagged and circulated on there, and then you can ship later. Like you don't have to say that weekly or whatever. You can choose. All right, I stored like 50 books. Like let's see, they kept them for me, and as long as they don't start, they got to teach people how to take care of them. If they don't come manhandled, I don't know. I mean, the only thing, I didn't actually hold one. I mean, Vinny, it seems like you've got one there. If they haven't updated,
I think it's the same thing.
What they do, yeah, it looks the same thing. If they haven't updated it, like the Interwell. You could definitely bend the things.
Yeah.
I don't know if it's that easy to. Does it seem like it'd be easy to crush the spine? Would be my main question.
Yeah.
So is it thick on the spine like a top loader, or is it like flat?
It's flat.
Okay.
Well, and then so
I don't know why I didn't ask to hold one.
Yeah, and then one of the other interesting points that they said is they're gonna start slabbing their own comics as well at some point in time.
This was like the hottest thing, like in the mornings. This thing was right in front of Bird City's booth. Actually, it was kind of annoying.
Yeah, we stopped by PSA on the last day, me and Yi, and we got to talk with one of the guys there, and we got to take a look at the slabs, and I will say this: they're fucking heavy, you guys, and I know a lot of people like that. They're too heavy. They're way too heavy. We talked to Swag. We spent a couple nights with Swag, and it was nice to talk to Swag and hear about going to PSA and talk about Mark Wilson, the head grader, we found out who the head grader was the night that Swag had his video hit. Dennis just reached out and figured out who it was, and there's a couple things that I want to say about this. One, I want to talk about the case itself, and you can see here the inner well on the case is absolutely amazing. It's beautiful. It's super thick. The book's not going anywhere. It kind of looks like a card, almost like SGC style cards. The way that that inner well is, it is the inner well, and what's holding the book inside is just perfect. It is really, really nice. It looks so good. It looks so clean, but the case is too heavy. And here's the other thing. The label does not look good. I see red on a comic book label, and it just doesn't look good to me. I see card when I see a PSA label, I see card. The lettering needs to be bigger. They need to figure out how to make the lettering bigger and and it stand out more. And they need to change the color. And from what it sounds like, they have no plans of changing the label. I think that they should change the label to yellow color. Myself, I think you can't do blue because it's CGC, but you can do yellow, and yellow is a good color to have on a label. It'll pop. It'll stick out.
I don't think they'll change it just because of the branding thing. You know what I mean? Like when you see that red and white, you think PSA.
I half agree with that. I think because of that, they won't change it. But what I think is they will, now that they have ability to, I think they are getting us used to this. That why would they get their brand out on something that's not recognizable? So it's so recognizable right now they're doing that. Now I don't know how much they're gonna do. I don't know how much they're gonna change. I don't know how much they're gonna do, but I do think that they have the ability to do things like change the font, probably keep with the red, maybe do like just make it a little cleaner, something like that.
I would
it's
take
so
that
small on a
PSA
card that it doesn't stick out, and it's so small, I think, for collectors on a card that I think that the font is necessary to have that uniform font of basically block letters, I guess you'd want to say, to go ahead and do that. But I think they have the ability to be more creative with comics because of the space, but I don't think they're going to do it for a second. And I do think they'll originally ship with that, and then they'll just change. They'll change with the times. But I don't know. I know competition's good. This is a logical step for them. I think it's smart for them, and I'm glad that they're doing it, because I guess they're as trusted as other people are, and as we all know, CBCS dropping the ball too many damn times, unfortunately. But yeah,
I would take that PSA logo, and I would put that at the bottom and open up that label for just what's on the comic or in the comic. You know what I mean? And leave it clean and put that PSA logo on the bottom of the case. You know what I mean?
Here, make it simple for everyone. Just use the back label for the front, and then put the back, the front label on the back, and then everyone will be happy.
Yeah, there you go.
Yeah, just put the grade on the front too, as well, with the back label.
Yeah.
Yeah, they put a ton of books in there.
I like the frosting around the cards, so it makes the book pop out more. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I like how it doesn't. I like how it doesn't move in the case.
Look at that well. I mean, dude, that well is. It's just. It looks so good. It's so clean. There's nothing that's going to touch the corners, which I like. You don't have to worry about it moving around. I mean, and Yi brought that up that you can move around a CGC book in the case. And you, listen, here's the other thing. If anybody's going to crack it, it's Hood. But I think even Hood's going to have a hard time trying to crack this thing, because from what they said when we talked to the dude, the one thing that they wanted to do with this case and why it's so heavy is because they wanted it to be like, if you drop this thing from a 5-story building, it's not going to fucking hurt your book. It might crack and get some hairline cracks, but your book is going to be... They said they were throwing these things at the ground from heights, trying to break them, to hurt the book. And it just... They said, you're not going to hurt the book, which is very interesting.
I mean, and then I asked, like, if you already have a PSA account, is this just like anything else where you just, select what you're grading and then fill out the paperwork? And that's exactly what it's going to be. So I plan to try out PSA.
So if you have one book, what book are you sending? Or I should ask all of y'all, what book, if you got one book to send to PSA right now, what book are you sending?
Amazing Spider-Man 300.
Oh, that's smart.
Right? Red.
One book to send?
Yeah.
I'd probably do a batch of Just a modern. I mean, honestly, to
One book.
roll through
One
it.
book.
Oh, I don't know.
Spawn.
I'm talking about
one.
realistically. What would I do is probably 25 book modern. I know what you're asking, but in my head, I was like, yeah, I'll throw a sub at him. Clearly, I'm going to see if I can get a dealer account.
I have a UF4 that I need you to press anyways, so I'd probably send that out. Like, but through talking to Dennis about it, like he's like, well, the comic people aren't the market for this, right? It's the sports card people that's the market.
Yes.
So think of what they would want, and it's gonna be nothing but nostalgia books. So like Spawn 1, you know,
New Mutants 87. New Mutants
yeah,
90.
stuff like that.
Like Hive says, Sports Illustrated.
Anything they can put
sports-
next to their Impel trading card PSA 10 of the same book,
Yep.
they're gonna buy.
Right. Or if you have like some of those Marvel comic covers, right? Because then that would look good with a PSA graded of that
Think about
card.
it. Think about it. Like if your team won the Super Bowl, you could have your ticket graded, you could have the quarterback's rookie card graded, and you could have the Sports Illustrated graded.
Yep.
Yeah.
All with the same company. That's pretty badass.
That would look good in
If
a cool
you
frame.
think
Yeah.
about it.
Yeah.
I'm gonna get my stack of Super Pro #1s graded.
There you go.
I'm gonna send a bunch of LeBron James Powerade books.
There you go.
Yeah, I think Dennis hit it on the head where he said what he said. This is going to be a market for all the douchebag card collectors, and I'm not saying that, you know, I'm not calling everybody douchebags, but you know what I mean. Like the guys the card bros who don't give two shits about comics and the comic community, but want to have, you know, their key comic books now. Their Spawn ones, their Amazing Spider-Man 300s, you know, like Vinny said, the New Mutants 98 and 87, Hulk 181, that type of shit.
Yeah.
So I think it's interesting, you know, they're trying to win over the card community to, you know, merge with the comic community, or, you know, expand the hobby, right? Or bleed the hobby, or I don't know.
Well, you know, you've got the right idea. You're talking about a little bit adjustment on the font, but obviously you've got a alleged impenetrable case, a good aesthetic on the case where it brings out the book, like it accentuates the book, and that's what the only thing you see. Like, how come these guys just can't nail a label?
Yeah.
Like, just get a collector. Hey, man, you collect comics? Yeah. Here, come here. Get on this computer, pick out a good font for a label. You know what I mean? It's like, what's it, American Psycho or whatever with the font on the business card and just trips out. That's the type of person you need, OCD person that's going to have a nice, beautiful, clean font. You know, these books are worth a lot of money, and some of these slabs kind of downgrade the book, you know.
Did you guys see this?
To get into, but for right now, that's just on the.
This right here. Here's the head grader. This is Mark Wilson, and this is his son.
Yeah, I got no issue with their grade, sir.
Yeah. So this is this is very interesting to me. If you guys didn't know, the YouTube channel Comic Book Investments, big comic book channel, 18,000 subs. His dad is the head grader of PSA. So it's going to be very interesting to see what happens.
Wow.
If he gets any kickback.
Maybe telegraph some news right there.
Right? I mean,
yeah. That's okay, to be honest. There's nothing. I'm not super familiar with this channel at all. Never heard anything bad. That's good.
No, yeah, you never heard anything bad.
Yeah, so it's like, no, that's okay, man. You've got someone who's looks probably younger than me. You know, schooling someone who's definitely older than me on how to do it, what's going on, and what problems in the industry are. You know.
Yeah.
Well, the new head grader, like, he's had that huge background with like comic book pressing. I think what they even mentioned restoration or something like that.
Yeah, he worked for all the grading companies, comic shops. When we talk to people, we talked to quite a few people and asked them what the thoughts were on him, and we heard a lot of different things. I'm not going to say good or bad, but I'll just say I heard a lot of different things. I'll put it that way. And I talked to at least five people that knew him and knew who he was, and talked a little bit about him. So it'll be very interesting to see how it plays out. It's going to be very interesting to see how the relationship to having a son who's into the content game will play out. I think that's a big deal to me because his son will be able to tell him, like, hey, you need to be in front and get out in front of and get on the shows and the social medias and be very transparent and outward. Hopefully he'll tell him that, and hopefully that will happen, because to me that's one of the biggest things. A lot of these companies don't realize how important social media, live selling, content creation, podcasts are. That's the pulse of the market right now. That's the pulse of the comic collector. That's where everything is going. It's going in that direction. That's why stores are closing. That's why
No, I was going to say, can you imagine if he gets pissed off at his dad? He goes, we're going to do a PSA unboxing. Oh, this grade sucks. They don't know how to grade.
Yeah, dude. He might have talked his dad into grading some comic books, but he ain't letting his dad talk him into arm wrestling.
No, he's fucking jacked. That's for sure, dude. That's why they're so heavy.
I don't wrestle in that motherfucker either, dude. Don't worry.
Yeah. So yeah, that was the PSA booth. So then Thursday night, we go. Oh wait, so Thursday we go out to the con. We walk around the con for a little bit more. Did we do anything on Thursday at the con? Was there anything interesting that happened on Thursday at the con?
Thursday.
You had the Deadpool release.
Yeah, checking on you in the apartment.
Yeah, so they came and checked on me, and then yeah.
And then
we saw Dan Gold had lunch with Dan Golgert. Shout out to Dan.
Yeah,
we at least get to meet him at Comic Con every year. OG CBSI top 50 member.
Yep. This was kind of cool. We went and saw this little thing, smoked a blunt in front of Goku.
Yep.
Look at this fucking thing, man.
Jeez.
Yeah.
I didn't get over there.
It was huge.
Was that by was that by the marina?
This is at the Marriott.
Marriott.
Yeah.
Yeah, at the Sea Dock and all that.
Yeah, we're still on Thursday. So Thursday night comes along, right? And this is our clutch story, okay? This is one of many clutch stories. And this is 100%. We found out why Sean's nickname is Big Clutch. So we get
So let's start off with he got us invites to the fandom party, the 20th anniversary fandom party that's on the roof of the Hard Rock Cafe, and the party starts at I think like 7 or something like that. And it's like 7 to what, like 11 maybe or something like that.
Yeah.
And so he tells us to show up early, and of course we don't listen.
Yeah. No. So we get there. We're going down there, and it's right by our pad. This is it. We go down there, and we're told. Me and Yi are walking in. Leg has had to run back and grab his phone, and me and Yi are walking up, and they basically tell us, "Sorry, it's too full. You guys can't come in. It's a strict no, letting anybody else in. You can't come in." And by the way, this party, you guys, is on the roof of the Hard Rock. Okay, open bar, open food, open everything. And there's a concert going on at the same time. There's like 4 or 5 bars that you can hit up on the roof there. So we're like, fuck, man. So we go find Leg. Leg hits up Clutch, and Clutch goes, hold on. And he goes, yeah, just go up there. Tell him, you go to the lobby and wait for this dude. So we go to the lobby. This dude comes out from the lobby, and he meets us. And he's like, okay, hey, you so-and-so, so-and-so, so-and-so. Yeah, and he gives us tags and he goes, "Come follow us." Shout out to Josh. Hell yeah, Josh G says, "Been gone for a while. Just a quick shout out with the $1.99 super chat. Much love, brother." He goes, "Yeah, come follow us. Come follow me. We'll go up to the party." So he takes us fucking through this like secret tunnel where the artists are, and we go up this secret fucking elevator, and he gives us these fucking super platinum all access
wristbands and stuff like that.
Yeah. And he's like he goes, "Yeah, any friends of Clutch are friends of mine. If you guys need anything, just let me know." And we're like, fuck.
Puts me on three-way tech, put on the Clutch shows on three-way to make sure we can communicate. We get down, we get up there. He walks us through there. We get we get up to the top. Gives us a platinum wristband or whatever. We're like, okay. We get up there. It's open bar, right? The concert's about to start. Trying to find a good vid or pick or whatever, because we were in front of the concert and Brian wasn't. But it was So he's walking through. So it's a Sky on the right. He's like, I had a Bad Religion shirt. He's like, man, it's one of my favorite bands. And I was like, hey, dude, I have your shoes, right? I'm like, dude, we just become best friends, right?
Yeah.
So we just walk in. He mobs us all the way through here, up the elevator, like through the back. Somewhere, I think Vinny almost got there, and then some dude dimed him out. But
I mean, I was on the list. I just got there too late.
So at some point, I asked the dude, I'm like, "What do you do, bro?" And he goes, "Oh, I put this whole thing on." And I'm like, "What?" He goes, "Yeah, I'm Isaac, and he's the dude we've been getting." I want to say real quick, shout out to fucking Isaac. He straight up said to me, I'm like, "Dude, we'd love to have you come on the channel, come hang out with us. Clutch hangs out with us." And he said again at the same time, he's like, "Yeah, anything, dude, anything you guys need." Like, he goes, "Seriously, as long you guys are friends of Clutch, anything you guys need, not just tonight." He's like, "Hit me up, this and that." And that is the story of Clutch at this con. Like, I talked to multiple people that basically said that same thing. "Oh, Clutch? If you're a friend of Clutch, anything you need, you let me know." And I seriously think, like, there's very few people where I've met that the nickname, like, just hits so fucking well. Dude.
Bro, after what he did the other day on his live stream, dude, with the shout out, like, dude, I'll suffocate somebody for Clutch, bro.
Yeah, let's talk about that, because Clutch had I downloaded the show so I could start making clips. He had J. Scott Campbell on, he had Dave Dorman on, who else? He had Robert Kirkman on with him. All, like, it was unbelievable, the shows he was having on eBay Live. And I don't want to tell all the stories. Unfortunately, I was hoping he could tell them. When he gets better, he'll come on and tell them. But I can't wait to hear the stories about talking to J. Scott Campbell and Robert Kirkman and Dave Dorman. And so it was.
I like the video, Brian, in our Google chat. If you can,
let me pull that video.
Just because it was the concert was amazing anyway. I didn't really know if it was going to be concert or I never got into this party before. I didn't know it was going to be concert or like background noise or exactly, but it was a full on concert. So, and so Brian was behind us, and they shut off the in front of stage area where I had walked down to. Brian was in the back, so it was kind of cool because Brian caught the drone show. And we caught the.
Jason Derulo show.
Yeah, so we got the Jason Derulo show, and then so it should. I think I spin a little too fast. So this is the Hard Rock Hotel, and it's VIP. That's one section, and the drinks. We get there like, oh, these are free, and like if you know anything, in an open bar, maybe not at a wedding or somewhere like this, dude, they're pouring for tips. You know what I mean? So did Yeezy and I what are we on, Jack and Cokes, and we got, you could see through the Jack and Coke in a 12-ounce plastic cup or 16-ounce, whatever, clear silver cup style.
Yeah, I thought it was funny. On one side it was singles, and if you went on the other side, they were doubles.
Yeah,
wow.
yeah.
That's it.
Here's, I think I have.
That drone show was crazy. I was walking back from the from the parking garage, and I just stopped and just saw this drone show going on. I was like, what the hell is happening? I didn't even know it was drones. I didn't even know how to describe what it was because I never.
Is it alien? It was real. It was a prophecy. Marvel's real. We're being invaded. The Fantastic Four are here to save us.
Vinny, so we're
damn it, Galactus is there.
We're at this concert, right? And the concert's starting, and they won't let me. And Leg and all the guys are in the concert, and for the first half of the concert, they won't let me over there because it's too packed on the concert area. So I'm on the other side of the roof, hanging out at the bar, and I'm on the side where you have a perfect view of that thing. And I just sat there with all these people videotaping that whole. It was fucking crazy when those drone shows went off. Like,
oh yeah,
unfucking real. This is the top. This is the roof of the Hard Rock. This is where I was standing when the drone show went off. I mean, just perfect views of it. It was super, super cool. The concert was crazy. Here's the drone show. This is where you can see where we were standing for the drone show. I mean, you just see these fucking fireworks going off, all this craziness.
Yeah, because Hard Rock's basically, it's across the street from the convention center. Nobu's actually at Hard Rock, but on the bottom floor, and it's, you know, a block and a half or whatever it is from Petco, where they're setting all this off at, and they know better. They don't have a Padres game or anything during this, as they should, you know.
Yeah.
But
Oh, that would be a madhouse if they tried to do
I feel like they have before, but I don't remember the last time.
Yeah, dude. He brought out some dancers that were like, Mama! Oh yeah. Oh yeah.
Yeah, there was Mama, dude, but there we had a lot of there were a lot of butt cheeks. There's a lot of butt cheeks at Comic Cons. I don't know if you guys noticed that.
But I got to be honest, and I think it was you, Leg, or Yi that said it. It was somebody that said it. There wasn't that many cosplayers, like hot cosplay chicks walking around this year. There was very little.
That was the first thing I said. I was like, I thought there would be more cosplayers in general. Like at
Maybe
this
because we
convention.
didn't spend as much time inside on Saturday, because that's the big day for cosplay. There were a lot on the street, so that's maybe to me. Yeah, but tell you the truth, and I do think like percentage wise, so WonderCon, I'm gonna say it's in Anaheim. It's in March, I think. It's the second biggest, and it's not close, but it's bigger than most. It's not like New York or or any which is on par with San Diego, but it's super big on cosplay. Being Orange County, Anaheim, it's closer to LA. It's easier to get in. So I don't know if that hurts comic sales or whatever, but nothing. Other than San Diego, New York, but like the other cons out here, man, they haven't sold out. Like they did 2019, even 2020. It's just that they canceled it last minute, 2020.
Yeah.
We don't quite have the sellouts and things like that anymore. But this felt like it was back, and having Marvel back, I think made it a way bigger madhouse, because we all really enjoyed last year how many it was about the comics and people spending money on the con floor. It seemed like, and less people waiting for panels in Hall H. But I mean, you got a perfect storm, because it's pretty clear Marvel putting their eggs in a pretty big basket on this Deadpool movie. You don't see a ton of advertisements for movies that suck, and that's always how it's been. And the marketing budget behind Deadpool, Wolverine, anywhere you look, commercials, clearly not just talking about San Diego. That's pretty obvious on opening weekend, but they put all their eggs into it, and this is the #1 opening R-rated movie of all time.
Yeah.
So of all time, broke its own record, I think. I don't even know if we're going there, who all seen it, but I couldn't. When I got back Sunday night, I just couldn't wait any longer. So I went to, and all the good theaters around here were sold out, and that's usually not I could have got in, first couple rows, but I mean, with all the showings, all the times, all the days out here, and that goes from like 3D to XD to the the D-box seats, down to which are the obvious sellouts to just the regular, your standard screen. So I knew this would be a hit, but yeah. So it was fun. They're not going to have a movie opening like this in a long time, and a movie like this that coincides with Comic-Con in a long time, and they clearly did it on purpose. And the people
Perfect
that were
storm.
waited for so damn long, because we were on I didn't get the email. I wasn't chosen to go, and that was the same night as the Hard Rock party. And I'm not gonna lie, I was already late to the Hard Rock party. I was no possible way if I thought I was guaranteed to get in that panel. And there's thousands of people that didn't get in because they weren't checking. They weren't checking the email against their Comic-Con ID. So people just sitting outside all day and night and didn't get in for shit. And they dropped the ball on that. You're not going to see that, but we talked to some really upset people,
Well, I heard that even if people did get into it, they still couldn't get in just because there were so many people lined up to it. And so like people were getting upset, and then eventually they were about to mob out and stuff like that. And then eventually like security caved in and just gave everyone there waiting outside a popcorn bucket just so they would leave, kind of situation.
They let a bunch of people in too, and then the main IT guy told them like, "What the fuck are you doing?" And he quit on the spot. And then they were so fucked that they just let a bunch of people in after that. Wow. So after that we I think then we went to Werewolf, right? And we met up with Drew and Maria Wolf, which was cool. I got to meet Maria
Slap Me
Wolf.
Harder.
Slap Me Harder was there, yep. So got to hang out with them, meet Maria Wolf and Slap Me Harder for the first time. There we are. Yeah, such a great place. Has such killer hamburgers, dude. And it's just
Drew,
fun
and wings.
vibe.
Drew took the worst selfie that should have been the best selfie ever.
Where I think it's, I think it's. Let's see here. Let's find this.
I've got it in my photos. Look up Wanted, dude.
Yeah.
And then go to his.
Oh, there it is.
Really, bro? You couldn't even get yourself in there. Hold it steady, right? I'm kind of like. I think Maria Wolf, her style. I think of anybody going, especially that's anybody new, especially. I like what she's doing really better than anybody. So
she's one of the best artists in the game right now, no doubt about it.
Yeah, you say hi at a con, but I never, sat there with a beer next to her. So
yeah, she
love what she's doing, and this is dude, hold it steady, or just hand me the phone, dude.
Yeah,
we all know it's my job to take the selfies.
Yeah,
Right?
Well, I thought it was really funny.
I get everybody in the pic, man.
Yeah. Because we got there before them, and so I went outside to go smoke a cigarette. So I'm smoking a cigarette out there, and they're all like, and I think Brian's texting me like, "Hey, be on the lookout for Maria and Drew. They're on their way right now." And so I'm like halfway done, and then they walk up. I'm like, "Hey, how's it going?" And then she's like, "Oh, I'll be out here in a second too, like to join you smoking." So I thought that was funny.
So then, let's see here. I think we called it a night. We went and did some people watching, that type of shit. The next day, Friday, we went to the con. We hit up this was a cool part, and I'll talk more about this on Saturday with Nate. But we hit up the G.I. Joe, the Energon Universe panel, which was fucking fantastic, man. It was... Well, first we tried to get into the Kevin Smith. Yeah, that
Simpsons
fucking
panel.
pissed me off. Shout out to Javier, who was standing behind us. We're in this fucking... So, leg goes, I'm a big Kevin Smith fan. Kevin Smith's doing this Simpsons panel. I want to see if we can go to that first thing. So the first thing we do, we go to that panel. I'm like, yeah, I'll go to that. There's this fucking douchebag I know that's into fucking Simpsons. Maybe I'll find him and I can call him a fucking pussy or something, something. So I'm like, it's worth it to me to go stand in line in this one. And so we're standing in line. We're waiting there. Fucking super long line. I'm like, dude, I don't think we're going to get in this. And we're just like looking around, and there's this dude standing behind us. He's there with his wife and his 3 kids, and he's just chilling. Next thing you know, like halfway through, we're standing there. He goes, "Hey, yeah, I'm a big fan of Beyond Wednesdays." I'm like, "What the fuck, dude?" You know. It turns out he sits there and talks to us the whole time. He's working in the dispensary business. It was such a great conversation with him, man.
Well,
So
the
I'm
guy in
glad.
front of us also watched the show too, as well.
Yes.
Because we were just chit chatting for a second, and he's like, "Hey, I also watched the Hot 10 as well. Like, love what y'all are doing, like on the House of Stein." So I was like, "Yeah,
Yeah, it was cool. And we get all the way up towards the front, and it's halfway through the panel, and we're like we're not going to get in on this.
We're in that last stretch of the line, and then it's like by that point it's like 12:30 or something like that, and then there was only like half an hour left in the panel, and so
Yeah.
like we could have basically seen whatever the next panel was.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So we were kind of like, fuck it, let's just go check out, we'll go down on the floor and see what we can find. So we went down on the floor and we checked everything out, and then so we hit up the me and Yee Leg. I forget where Leg went, but me and Yee hit up the Energon panel. Was it me and Yee?
All 3 of us went. To
all
that
3 of
one.
us. Yeah,
Well,
Leg
we
was
were all
there.
there.
Yeah,
Leg was there.
And I went to GI Joe the day before.
We went to the
That's what it
yeah,
was,
we went
yeah.
to the Hasbro panel before. But you're missing what we did before this when we were on the show floor. We ran into King of the Golden State.
Oh yes.
Yep.
Yeah, we went to-
Who's in the chat right now? Shout out,
Who's in
brother.
the chat? Yep. So
We
shout out
went-
to James.
We walked by our Red Hood, but the other Red Hood comics booth, and King of the Golden State sitting in there. And by the way, King of the Golden State is taller than most people walking by the booth when he's sitting down. Okay, like you're not gonna miss King of the Golden State at a con. So we saw him.
Oh.
That was pretty. That was pretty cool.
So here's the funniest part. Like, so he saw Leg, he saw Brian, because they're at the same elevation, and he looks down and he looks at me. He's like, "Oh, I didn't even recognize you, Yee. I thought you'd be a lot taller." I was like, "It's because we're always sitting down, like." And he's like, "You know what you look like right now? You look like one of those Make-A-Wish kids, like standing next to Leg and McClay."
Yeah, it was good shit.
was
So
hilarious.
after that, we went to the Energon booth, or the Energon panel, which is super cool. Robert Kirkman. Actually, you know what? Hold on. Before that, I want to talk about this. I forgot about this. On Thursday, on Friday that morning, they had a Dynamite panel where they congratulated Nick Barucci on 30 years at Dynamite, with Dynamite and everything, and they gave him this super cool original piece of art that with Nick in it and all the stuff behind him and all the projects behind him. Beautiful piece of art. Gail Simone, Sean Gunn, Josh Williamson, I think, was there. Tony was there. So many people. Amanda Connor was there. Jimmy Palmiotti was there. It was just super cool to see that and see all of Nick's peers kind of congratulate him and thank him for everything he did. So I did do that Friday, and then after that we went and ate lunch. We had probably the best shot I've ever had. Leg called it the pancake shot, and it tasted like fucking pancakes. It was amazing.
Here's the books from the panel.
Yeah, so then we went
Jameson and butterscotch, and you chase it with the orange juice, and it just tastes like breakfast pancakes.
Yep.
And slowly, I was like, "We're gonna drink this. Anybody want these? No, I don't know. Well, I'll drink it by myself." He's like, "Yeah, I'm having one too." And I'm like, "We'll take 3, please." I'm like, "Dude, you're taking one, dude. It's fucking breakfast."
Dude, the Righteous Flippers put in some info about there was like a human trafficking task force this year.
Yeah.
Apparently they caught a bunch of traffickers and saved like 10 victims. I just read about it also. That's crazy. During San Diego, at the convention center.
We're definitely
Yeah,
gonna talk about it during Drama Alert on Saturday for sure.
Yeah.
because that's totally a drama alert story if I ever heard one. That's crazy.
Yeah, I actually saw the report from TMZ earlier today.
Yeah. Wow. So we went to the Energon panel, and it was fucking amazing. Here's the opening of it. I'll go ahead and show you. This is pretty cool.
First up, we have Joshua Williamson, the writer of G.I. Joe.
Daniel Warren Johnson was there. And Robert Kirkman is one of the fucking best speakers at anything he's doing. He's super funny, he's super personable, he's got charisma. He was absolutely awesome at this panel, like just super cool. Daniel Warren Johnson was super cool. Joshua Williamson was super cool. This was one of the best panels that I've ever been to. Like panels aren't my thing. I hate the fact that like these guys get 15 minutes to do their thing. It's kind of hard to do that, but they did a really good job at this panel of explaining everything that's coming up. They talked like if you're a fan of G.I. Joe and Transformers and you have the nostalgia for it, this panel, they mentioned so many cool things. Daniel Warren Johnson talked about, like all the characters that he's, bringing back, like that he loves and that he wants to do stuff with, and how no character is safe. And then Joshua Williamson was doing the same thing about the G.I. Joes, and then Kirkman did about both, and how he loves that he can bring these characters now into the Void Rival stuff and anything he's doing. They created a new Joe character for this. They got plans for movies and series and animated series. Like, this shit is just going to keep on going and be even better. And Daniel Warren Johnson won 2 Eisners, you guys. 2 Eisners for his work on this project.
Awesome.
Fucking
and then
amazing.
I like how they set up the Energon Universe also, like where they didn't just launch the G.I. Joe title, the Transformers title, like at the same time. They like actually took the time to do like Void Rivals to like kind of set everything up. And then, for G.I. Joe, they did each of the individual characters, like miniseries or whatever, to lead up to, this ash can of G.I. Joe.
Yeah. Shout out to Niobe Comics. Make sure you guys go pick up issue 2 of Niobe Outbreak in stores today. We'll talk about, we'll end the show on new comic books really quickly for tonight. But, so yeah, I mean, they showed us, like you said, they showed us all the stuff. They showed us the covers for the new G.I. Joe series. They told us what it's going to be about. They showed us the Baroness covers, how Baroness is part of the Joe team for this, which is crazy. These beautiful blueprint covers that they're doing for all the vehicles, which is what a fucking great idea. Like, that looks beautiful. Like this cover girl, I love these 1 in 25s that they're doing. This is the new character that they came up with. Very cool new character idea. They talked about how all the guns that they used are all based on real guns, which is crazy. You think about G.I. Joe, they're making up like these crazy new weapons, and they did all new guns, or they did all real guns. It was just a great fucking panel. The Energon Universe is going to be fucking amazing for the next 3 years.
Yeah. Well, what did Kirkham say? He was gonna try to shoot for the next like 5 to 10 years of like just coming up with content for the Energon Universe to keep on building on it, and like so instead of making like an alt universe thing. So
Yep.
Yeah. When that kid asked the question, he was like, "Well, what do you have for plans for beyond this?" And was it DWJ? I was like, "We got to do this again."
Yeah.
I'm like, bro, they just started this. What more do you want? They have the G.I. Joe Transformers Void Rival freaking universe, like, just on and cracking for you guys, dude. Like, really? But
that's not enough.
Yeah, funny stuff. Those are, what guns aren't real?
And here's the other crazy thing: like the way that San Diego works is you're constantly splitting off from groups, and you're going to meet different people, and you're never with like the same group of people at the same time, And so, like, the way it works, and we would like split apart. We'd all come back together at certain places. We split apart, and you see some place here. Like one time we split apart, and next thing you know, like me and Yi are at the Hyatt bar sitting with a drink with Dennis at the bar by the pool, and shit would happen. Like we're sitting there.
This was at the Marriott. The Marriott.
At the Marriott, we're sitting there. We're having a drink. Dennis is smoking a cigar outside. And all of a sudden, I hear somebody go, "Hey, Dennis, how's it going?" And Jeff Johns is fucking walking over, saying what's up to Dennis. They're sitting there talking. "Oh, yeah, how's your shop going? How's everything? Oh, da 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 da." Dennis is like, "Yeah, I'm doing a show. This is on the channel with this guy. This is Brian from Beyond Wednesdays." He hands Jeff Johns a sticker. Jeff Johns is like, "Oh, I'm gonna put it on my laptop. Da da da. Yeah, I'll come on the show." Like that type of shit would happen constantly. You would run into people who you never thought you would see, that you would run into. Constantly at the con. We'd be walking and Scotty Young is walking past us. So if you guys have never been to the con, go to the con at least once. Like make a plan of going next year. Start saving money every month. It is something that can be done, and it's worth going at least once. And this was Yee's first time going. Like, I'm so glad that you made that choice, dude.
Yeah. Recommend Airbnb or hotel walking distance. You're gonna get bang for your buck at Airbnb. Try to figure out sleeping quarters that you and your friends are comfortable with. But also the thing about an Airbnb, there are good and bad sides to this one we got, but overall spectacular. So I'm not gonna have some bitchy review about something not working. But at the same time, then you can have a refrigerator, a little more space, like somewhere to meet and talk. If there's two of you, nothing wrong with the hotel, but if you get a few more guys in there, even one more, two more, that you can have a little space. You're gonna have a bunch of shit, so you're gonna have to have a place to put down all the stuff that you buy and everywhere else, and then having a kitchen and having a full size refrigerator will save you a good amount of money in the gas lamp. Other than the leftover pizza, definitely. I mean, I go planning to eat my meals out there. The food's great down there anyway, so that's a little added part of the treat. Is being able to do that. But being able to go upstairs and grab whatever a beer you like, or keep your energy drinks in the fridge is definitely worth it. A case of water, of course.
Yep.
I forgot about our after hours pizza story. So one night, Blake and I was smoking a cigarette right before we were going to bed, and so we're just standing out there, and this homeless guy comes up to me and is like, "Hey man," I literally had just started a cigarette. He's like, "Hey man, can I get shorts on that?" And meaning he wants the whenever I'm done with the cigarette, he wants the rest of it. So I was just I was like, "Yeah, I don't have any spares. This is my last one." I was like, "Let me smoke on it for a while, and then I'll give it to you." And then all of a sudden, the pizza shop that's across the street and on the corner, some guy comes up and walks to us. Is like, "Hey, do you guys want this pizza, chicken tenders, and some fries?" We're it's I'm like,
warm.
"Sure." Yeah. So first off, I offer it to the homeless guy just to see he wants it, because I'm hey, it looks like he needs some food more than we do.
But he's 6'3" and about 81 pounds.
Yeah, he was skinnier.
There's
than
some
me.
people. This wasn't just this was legit.
Pro.
This guy been out there a while, drug and stuff like that. Spoke clearly and such. Wasn't rude, but he didn't want any food. But we were like, "Yes, we will take your hot pizza at 3:00 in the morning and chicken tenders."
Yeah, so I handed him a cigarette. I was like, "Yeah, I feel like that's a good trade. A cigarette for a half a cigarette for a pizza, full size pizza."
So we added to the other pizzas in the fridge, and then and those pizzas are clutch, because just if you need food or sustenance, Drew came in, he's like, "Dude, I had so many shows, I hadn't eaten. What are they gonna have at Bad Idea?" And I'm like, "Well, they always have They have the hors d'oeuvres. They walk around. Like you can make a meal if you want.
Yeah.
There's enough to like walk around if we get there soon enough. And so we get in there, and you could do that. But then I'm like, dude, I'm heating you up some pizza. We got chips here. We got a whole little apartment for the weekend. So
that ends Friday, and then Friday night we all met up at this killer whiskey bar that we've been to a couple of times over the last couple of years. And Jesse met up with us. Dennis met up with us. Tilla was there. We went and had a great time at this whiskey bar. I mean, just beautiful. Swag showed up. Yep, Swag was hung out. And we just hung out at this whiskey bar, inside and outside at this whiskey bar for the next, I don't know how long, like 5 hours probably.
Yeah, we went for I was trying to get a reservation, not like anywhere. I'm looking for restaurants. And then it said, so I was trusting Google, that'll tell you on times that they would be that there wouldn't be a wait. And then so we went in, and so we had, dude, my first drink, had Buffalo Trace, chartreuse, absinthe, and like some orange bitters, right? And I'm like, yeah, let's run that back. Let's run that. Let's go.
I had
like
one of
going
these.
with some chartreuse and absinthe.
I had one of these. It was a peanut butter old fashioned type thing, and it was the best fucking drink I've ever had in my life. I had 3 of those. They were so fucking sweet. And before this, I'm telling, on the way to this place, on the way to this bar, I'm telling Vinny that last year the old fashioned I had when we were out was the worst fucking drink I've ever had, and I don't know how Vinny likes old fashions. And Vinny's like, dude, we were just at a shitty bar. You just need to go to a good bar and get a good old fashioned. And he was fucking right, dude. This thing was so fucking good, dude. It was like,
yeah, that's what you said. That's what you said at first. He's like, what about that chip place? Because we were there last year late.
Yeah.
And I was just like, look, man, you didn't want Italian. A Doctor Strange this. All right. I thought of all the probabilities in my head of where we can go on. It's not on 5th Street. I was like, I looked at the drinks. I was like, there's something enough for everybody, because they're gonna, they have everything. And then, they didn't have whatever Dennis wanted, but like, he asked for like some sort of he asked for like the wussiest seltzer, something that they had, but it wasn't no cider. I don't know, bro. I don't.
We each had good food.
We got whiskey and craft beer, dude.
Yeah, I got this.
But the food was good, dude.
Look at this photo. What is this photo right here?
This is a pork chop, bro. A pork chop.
Yeah, Brian had a pork chop.
It was so fucking
Dennis
good.
and Jesse had salmon. Jesse had well done salmon.
What'd you
Dennis
have?
Dennis had just regular salmon.
I
had the New York strip steak, and it was delicious, and it was perfectly medium rare. It was good. The food was good. I was happy. Food was even reasonable. The steak was like $32.
Yeah.
Which if you're in the gas lamp, like,
and then
and you're
Tilla
gonna get
showed
steak.
up. We saw our first look at the Kendrick versus Drake book, which was awesome, which was a fucking hit. I mean, everybody was talking about this book, which was crazy. We stopped by the booth where they were at, and the dude straight up told us, he goes, that you or Tilla would walk over every once in a while and drop some off, and they would be gone in 15 minutes.
Yeah, it was crazy. Yeah, because I would try to go drop them off. I wanted to space them out through the weekend because there's only 125 copies. So I was trying to space them out, and I would drop off some every morning, and then they'd be gone. Like I drop them off by like 9:30 or so, and they'd be gone by like 10. So
yeah,
I showed my friends, and they're like, "Can I get
numbered.
one?" Like my non-comic friends that I know would like appreciate this, group chat and stuff from my UCLA buddies. So they're like, "No, like, dude, I'll pay." I'm like, and I'm all, dude, I think he had only 2 left for Tilla. I was like, I got 1, and I was like, the guy who's involved in this book is literally standing here, and there ain't no more. I don't know what to
He
say.
had 2.
Aaron didn't get 1.
Yeah,
Well,
he gave one of his away.
I told him check eBay.
So here's the funniest part. So, like, even though I didn't end up with one until the last day, like, when I unpacked all
I'm glad
my
you got
stuff,
one.
I have 2 now. but I think I
Oh.
have Brian. I think I
Yeah.
have Brian's copy. Is what it really is.
I have
So I'm
mine.
gonna, yeah. So I'm gonna mail it to him. But I was like, how is it the whole weekend? I didn't have one, and now I have two when I get back to Houston. But I was like, oh, so I didn't eat at this whiskey bar. I had met up with my cousin, and the restaurant we had just finished eating and everything, because we didn't really have any like solid plans for Friday night. It was just all kind of loose, like, you know, playing it by ear. And so I was like, oh, let me meet up with my cousin. So we eat at this restaurant, and the restaurant next door catches on fire. So like, and then so I'm telling the story, and someone asked me at the bar, they're like, had you paid for your meal yet? I was like, we had just paid when we found out about the fire, because they were blocking off all the streets, and you could see the firemen and stuff like that. Actually, I have a photo where you can see let me share my screen real quick.
Yeah, that was pretty crazy. He comes and meets up with us at this place, and he's like, "Yeah, dude, the fucking place next to us caught on fire." We're like, "What the fuck, dude?"
Roll the food tree.
Yes. So we had just paid. So like when they were closing everything down to like deal with this fire, and then from this side you couldn't really see it. So then we walk around back on the 5th Street, and then you could see the smoke just coming into the crowd and stuff like that, where the actual fire was coming. And then there was like an apartment above this restaurant, and it had gone up to all 4 floors. And basically, since the top floor had one of the sprinkler systems, that's the only thing that prevented the fire from really spreading like crazy.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And
So
when you're showing us sitting there, man, like, there you go. So the other one, you had the video, you're like, you know, Brian's like, oh, I forget your caption. And I was like, man, it looks like I'm sitting there shining on Jesse while I'm like checking Twitter. I'm literally like picking Jesse's brain about business and stuff. And I don't think anybody might have sold more comics than this dude in history. You know, he probably did, like, I don't know, maybe Chuck, I don't know. And so I'm sitting there like that. When I'm on my phone, I literally have a little my notes open on my phone, and literally actually going, hold on, and writing shit down. So I'm not just sitting there looking shit up or like even texting or anything like that. I'm like, all right, no, I gotta listen. And I even sat on that side of him because my left ear is my good ear.
Yeah.
So there's a little music, and I was like, no, I purposely will sit next to the person I want to sit next to and point my good ear at him.
Yeah.
So
while Leg and Leg and Jesse are in the bar talking, me, Dennis, Tilla, Vinny, Swag, and Yee go outside on the patio, and we smoke out when we're smoking out there and just shooting the shit, and we're sitting there, and we're like kind of off the beaten path, and all of a sudden, fucking Pablo Villalobos walks by with a fucking box of books, and he's like, "Hey guys, what's going on?" And you know, I'm like we're introducing ourselves, and he's like, "Yeah, man, I love the channel."
Yeah, and I had known Lobos through Hive Comics, so shout out. So I met him 2 years ago before he got even signed from any major publisher. So we always catch up every so often because he lives in my area. And so he's like, "Hey, what's up, man? How's the con going?" I'm like, "I'm having a blast." And then he's like, "Here you go." Like, hands me the Zatanna Bird City foil comic. I think I have one sitting next to me somewhere. But anyways, he's like, "Hey, what are y'all up to?" I'm about to go do another live stream. So he hands us, Brian and I, each the Lobos cover, and we're just like, we're in awe with, like, you know, the background and everything, like, because, you know, he's absolutely killing it.
Yeah,
So,
he's doing, I mean, a really good job.
Absolute killer. I didn't get one of those.
So we told him, you know how much we love his shit and what we think, and how great his Power Girl book is, and this and that. And he goes, "Yeah, I'm getting ready to go up to this building," and we look up. There's this huge fucking high rise, and he goes, "I'm getting ready to go up there where that light is on that window, and there's one window that's got a big light coming out of it. And I go, oh yeah, where are you going? He's go, oh, my homie is up there selling comics. And he says who it is, and I go, oh no shit. And I knew who it is. It's fucking Hell Destroyer, Steel Cartel in that house. And he goes, I go, dude, I've been talking to him, and I told him I really wanted to stop by and say hello. He goes, come on up. So me and Yeast just walk over real quick. We go up to this place. They got this whole fucking setup in there. Chad and Harden sitting there with Sean, and they're on live, on air. You know, there's Pete. They got this whole setup. They're all selling comics. Beautiful setup up there. And you know, Lobos is getting ready to go on. I went and said hello to Sean. We, you know, shut the shit for a little bit, just pop right back down. And that's exactly what San Diego is like. That type of shit. Oh. Hey, what's going on? Hey, come say hello real quick. Okay, boom. You know, and it's just that constantly. So that was probably one of the coolest moments, is just having Lobos walk up, you know, as we're just sitting out there shooting the shit.
Yeah.
And then I can't remember what we after that. I think we went home after that and people watched, did we? Right?
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
You guys did, and then I ended up at that bar right next to where y'all were saying, the one that had this shitty old fashioned last year.
Yes.
Oh, where you had to go underground basically to get to the bar and stuff like that.
Yeah, it's like a fake speakeasy. Yeah.
Well, you did that again the next night, right? Because the next night we go. This is Saturday. We go to the con. We have a good day at the con, and
I thought we were on Saturday.
Yeah, no, yeah. So so Saturday we have a great day at the con. Everything goes amazing. I forget what we did. It was just a crazy day. What was Saturday?
I think we all kind of split up that day, like on the convention floor, like just so that, you know, look for our like pockets.
Yeah, you were picking stuff up for people, and then
Yeah.
like Brian was digging, I was digging, I was looking for stuff that I had to get for other people too. Me and you picked up our t-shirts.
Oh yeah.
Me and Leg went to this place.
Oh yeah, that which we all had.
We went and hit up this amazing fucking bar called Bubs.
Yeah, Bubs, dude.
And dude, they had
this is a sports bar dream, dude.
Yes.
Like I would I don't know if I want to do the work, but like to own one of these, or with a good manager, obviously.
They had these drinks there.
Dude, I love that.
And they were straight up Deadpool drinks. They gave you this little Deadpool. They were all based on Deadpool. They gave you these little cups and shit, and it was just a great little bar.
Trinket right there.
Yeah. Yep.
Oh, that's kind of cool.
Yep.
Yep. So that was a lot of fun.
Yeah,
that one was the tequila one.
Yeah.
And then I ended up at the Marvel panel that day, and I got this book for that's X-Men panel.
Dude, that X-Men panel was. I wish I would have been there. That is a beautiful fucking book.
Yeah, so I mean, like honestly, this is probably my favorite panel book that I got, and I think it's gonna be hard. It's gonna be hard for me to let go.
Yes.
But I think I might
What's
let
it
it go
selling
at
for?
some point.
I
Like
haven't
$100.
I haven't done my budget yet.
This I mean, and this is the type of shit. Everywhere you go, you saw every bar, every Jack in the Box, every fast food. They had something to do with Deadpool and Wolverine. It was everywhere.
Yeah, they cater to us. It's great.
Dude, I went to what was it? One night I went to the whiskey bar, and they had like a DC thing, and they were giving these out at the end.
That's the one book I didn't get that I wanted the most. The Batman Ash Can.
That was gone in an hour or two, is what I heard.
Yeah.
The ash cans? Because there's a foil also, right?
Yeah, there's a foil
I think
too.
the ash can was gone, right?
Yeah, the ash
I think
can was
that book's
gone in
gonna
a
go up
second.
in value.
Yeah.
I don't think that's one of those like.
I wish I would have got one of those Batmans more than anything, actually. Yeah, because I want to, dude. I was really sour on that when I first saw it, dude. Now I'm super in. I think it's one of the coolest looking Batmans I've seen in a long time, dude.
I do too. Yeah, I like it. I like it.
So that Saturday we went to that bar. We met up, and then we went back to the con. I think we went back to the con. We saw how much the G.I. Joe books were selling for. Those G.I. Joe panel books were selling for a ridiculous amount. And then we hit back to the pad, and Drew is getting ready to come meet us, and we're gonna go to the Bad Idea party. And these guys get ready. I go to jump in the shower last. I jump the shower. I get down. I get dressed. The only thing I don't put on is my socks and shoes. I open the door coming out of the bathroom, and there's Drew just got there. And I go to give Drew a handshake, and I plant my foot in a puddle of water, dude, and I fall so fucking hard. I thought my con was done. Like, these guys must have been like, holy shit, because I did a full somersault, you know.
When you went, you kind of, the angle, because of where the wall was, because of us being in the kitchen, I didn't know if you fucking hit your head super hard.
Oh, I hit my head on the wall.
I heard, like, you know, and I think the knee on the ground was the loudest. Like, you know, that's going to be simultaneously to whether or not your head hit the wall going like that. And we're like, that's
not good.
You roll over. You're like, oh, that wasn't a good one.
Yeah,
that wasn't the like, I fell out of the shower. That was like, oh no,
that's not good.
Like,
well, all I heard was, "What's up, Drew?"
Yep.
Hey, what's up, Drew? Whoa.
That's basically and then I turned around because then it was like looking and then like you were on the ground. I was like kind of like, oh shit.
I thought my con was done, dude. Yeah, Sean hands me 6 ibuprofen, bag of ice. I sit there with a bag of ice on my knee for like 20 minutes.
In a chair literally right there. We just moved the chair to you.
Yeah. Yep.
Yeah, tough one, man.
And that's right before the bad idea party. So I finally get up. I'm able to kind of walk. I'm hurting. We go to the bad idea party, and I'll just say this, and people can understand this the way they want. We had a mushroom kind of night on Thursday. We had a Grateful Dead kind of night this night. And this was the view from the bad idea party. You guys, Bad Idea puts on a party at this place called Bali High every year. And it is the most beautiful little restaurant, beautiful little setup they have. It is just fucking gorgeous, man. And it was such a great party. We saw Mike. We bullshitted with Mike for a while. We met a lot of people there. We saw a lot of people. Their swag showed up there. We met people like Yee's cousin came, which was very cool. We're sitting at this table and we're just there with these people, and Yee's talking up these people. Turns out he's a fucking huge horror screenwriter. Like, it was just an amazing. We're getting drinks from the same guy that's there every year that we make sure I mean, Leg was just what'd you say to him? I forget what you said to him.
So we went for I'll tell it, but check the Google chat if you can.
Okay.
The pictures we took out, they're amazing. So no, we walked. So it's the same guy, and dude, there's a lady, and this is not common. I don't know who she is. So yeah, this is. I mean, come on. That's badass. Drew,
beautiful.
Webby, obviously Aaron and myself. And so we're sitting. So we get up there. So we get in the line, and then there was a lady with like corralling kids to get in line. And they're the only people with kids at this party. This is an adult party. Like, it is a restaurant, but it's not. This is not a common area of the restaurant. It's outside on the water that Dinesh Bad Idea that they rent. And so we're sitting there, and the guy's like, hey guys, like, there's 2 lines. I was like, nah, we're on the right line. He's like, no, but there's 2 lines. Oh, no. I remember you from last year. We're in the right line. And he goes, that's what I like to hear. Right. So we get to the front, and then, so we get up there, and I was like, all right, dude, what's the famous one? I'm not even looking at your drink menu. I was like, he's like, the Bali High Mai Tai. And I was like, yep. And he's like, let's go. And he just goes to Bali High Mai Tais, dude. Just pours this in the drinks. Drew, before we get in, he's all, I'm not having the same thing we did last year. I got fucked up. And I was like, well, that means there's no possible way I'm letting you have anything else. That's what you're drinking, bro. So Drew, so we go with those with the Bali High Mai Tais. And then, I'm going to be nice. I'm going to throw I threw like the first round. It's funny. I literally dropped my drink tickets, but I threw a 20 in there. Not just because I like lost the tickets or something like that, but I was just like, oh, here we it's gonna be. He's like, no, you're good. We got 2 rounds, dude. 2 rounds. I only had 2 drinks there, but it was 2 full cups of rum.
The creator of John Wick was there, signing books, talking to everybody. It was amazing, dude. I mean, so many amazing people that we saw and we talked to, and it was just a really, really, really good party. And I was like, at one point, I walk up to Sean, and Sean's like, I forget what it was, but I had a drink from the dude, and I'm like, I just put my drink down, and I'm like, okay. And I go, I'll be right back, guys. An hour later, I find him again. Sean's like, I drink your drink. I go, I wasn't going to drink that drink, bro.
Yeah, there was no way. So never mind. I did have 3 drinks. I forgot I had Brian. It's like, yeah, that was it, dude. So they were good stuff, man. Ready to go.
Oh, dude, it was so crazy. It was like,
but just seeing the giant art everywhere too. Everything was like so vibrant. But
yes.
That could have just my point of view or our point of view.
Yes.
No, it totally was. Taking a picture. And we got, dude, I got a text. I'm not going to do it right now. But we got a text, Mike, or I'll forget who was in the pictures with Mike right when we got there. Was it all of us? In front of that bad idea, the light up sign?
Yes, I got to find that, dude. That was a beautiful.
I think they're on Mike's phone. They're definitely not on mine.
Yeah. Man. It was a great party. Just a lot of fun. So, we were all there. We all did that, and then I had to step away for a little bit. So I stepped away for a little bit. You guys went upstairs after the party and hung out upstairs for a while, right? And shot the shit for a while up there.
Yeah, and I think that was just basically the bar still open, right?
Yeah.
There's an upstairs bar. So this place is really cool. If you guys, it's called Bali High, BALI space HAI. It's a famous place up there. There's events and stuff, and upstairs it's the same view from downstairs, but it's elevated and you can see around. So sometimes kind of see a cool so it's up there. So we're on the back side of that, outside on the bottom floor, but the bar was at the top up there. And it was just a great view from up there. All kinds of events. Yeah. Great.
Just beautiful, dude. A gorgeous place.
It's dope.
So we had.
It cracks me up because Dinesh likes drinking in the Tiki Room at Disneyland too. So he likes all these tropical spots. Like,
it's like a comic industry publisher thing. Because I've hung out with those guys at Comics Pro and stuff, and they always pick. They'll
Tiki
find
bars.
whatever city it is. They'll find a tiki bar, and I'm like, "What is this? What do you guys keep doing?" We end up
because they're always on vacation, right?
I mean, they're great, but I'm just
joking.
Why did we?
Okay. I don't know. Hey, dude.
What are we doing?
Just an observation. No complaints. But yeah, so that's where we wait in line, right?
Yep.
Basically.
Well, the greatest part
cool.
about going to the party upstairs, after the bad idea party ended, was that the artist with the original art pages?
Yeah.
Just like our books or whatever, he's flipping through the original art pages, and then I'm just kind of peeking over, taking a look, and it was just oh, this is amazing. And then Sean, I forgot who we were talking to, but he was friends with Mike. He had bought the original art page for Champions #2, the cover art from Humberto Ramos, since he was at the con.
Wow.
Mike owns the cover art for the Humberto Ramos Breakfast Club. Was it Humberto Ramos that did the Breakfast Club variant? I can't remember. Or it was Opeña.
Yeah.
That did the Breakfast Club variant for
Strange Academy.
Strange Academy. Yeah, Mike owns that cover.
Yep.
But anyways, it was another great event. And real quick, I do want to say something. There is one person. I mean, you guys and Vinny, Leg, Yee. I was so happy to be there, but I can't thank Dinesh enough. Dinesh has really just been super cool to us. He's really supported everything we do. He's just super personable. He's just a really cool, low key, chill person. And seriously, I told him this, but I definitely want to say it out there in the public. He's one of the best people that I've met in doing this whole content creation thing, and in the comic book world. And I can't thank him enough for how he's supported us and let us just become friends with him and get to meet all the people that are there. And he invites us to all these things, and it's just been really cool. And I would have never met Mike, if that didn't happen. And Mike is one of the coolest people, another one of the coolest people. Vinny, I told you the same thing. It was a lot of fun. It's always fun getting to hang out at cons with all you guys. And those couple nights that we got to hang out was just probably my favorite part of the whole thing. And at the same time, it was amazing, and a big congratulations to Dinesh and everybody at Bad Idea for the news about Ordained, and about the John Wick writer, and there was other news that came out about Planet Death and Ordained, that big movies, big things coming, and that was super cool to see that happen and have him talk about that. So congratulations to everybody at Bad Idea, and keep doing what you guys are doing. So after that, I had to step away for a little bit, and after I stepped away for a little bit, I got to sit down and shoot the shit with Ross Ritchie for a little bit, which was very cool. That was something. The main thing that I like to do at these cons when I can is it gives me the opportunity to meet people in person that have been supportive of the channel, whether it's co-hosts, friends, creators and industry people that have come on the show. And when I go to these cons, I want to make a point of meeting these people in person and shaking their hand and just saying thank you. So I got to do that with a lot of people. I got to do that with Billy Tucci. I got to do that with Ross Ritchie. I got to do that with Jimmy Palmiotti. First time meetings with a lot of these people. And that's probably my most important thing. And then my second most important thing is getting to create great memories with the people that did these guys. Mike, Dinesh, Drew. I got to meet Webby for the first time. Jesse, Dennis. Just getting to create great memories. Chris Colbert, King of the Golden State. The best part is that period. That's the best part. So then after that event at Valley High, you guys go to this fucking speakeasy. And I'm meeting you guys there, and literally this speakeasy is two doors down from our fucking pad.
From our Airbnb, yeah.
And I didn't realize till Saturday night, not that I hadn't been there before.
Hilarious.
This fucking, yeah.
And we kept on walking by it, too. It's the greatest part.
Yeah, dude. And we've been in there, and I forgot.
Yeah, because Vinny was eventually like, "Hey, step outside."
Yeah,
yeah.
Because y'all were right next door. I was like trying to get y'all to come by.
Yeah, I mean, because I think by that point I was so drunk already, and I was just like, I'm like, "What's going on?" And then I have no idea where we're going. I'm smoking a cigarette, and he's like, "Come on, come with us." And then the guy's like standing at the door. I'm like, "Oh, I guess I'm going somewhere important." I was like, I should probably put out my cigarette, and then he's checking our IDs, and we're going downstairs, and I'm like, oh, there's Dinesh.
Well, I think I just drunk, and I think I gave away my penguin toy to a bum, and then you guys. I woke up in the morning. There was like 5 in the living room.
Yeah.
Well, this is a perfect example of what I've been talking about.
Up to like 5:30 in the morning.
Yeah, this is a perfect example of what I've been talking about the whole show. So I go to meet the guys there. They're down there. It's this little, and we've been there before, but it's this little fucking speakeasy, and like it's hidden. there's a guy at a door. He opens the door. Then you try to go in, and he checks your IDs, and it's got this real like super dark stairway down, and you can't see shit. I'm surprised people don't fall all the time trying to walk down that stairway. And you go into this underground speakeasy that's like really small. There's maybe 20 people in there max. Yep. It's got a live little band playing, and it's got this little bar area, and it was just super chill. And I go in there, and there's people, everybody sitting at tables. I say hello to everybody, and I turn around, and fucking Stray Flexin is standing there, and he comes up. He says hello. I've never met him. I was super stoked to meet him, and he's like, we start talking, and he goes, yeah, bro. I told we were talking about Uncle Sam, collecting Uncle Sam, and you guys know I collect Uncle Sam, and he tells me about this fucking. I couldn't believe it. He goes, "Yeah, I just got my grail of a piece. I got one of the original 1917 Uncle Sam recruiting posters. This is it.
Wow!
Look at this." Unfucking believable. Yeah, shout out to Stray Flexin, man.
Dude.
Yeah,
That's wild.
Crazy.
Look at that. I was so jealous. I told him, I go, dude, I've never been more jealous in my life about something. Like, that is one of the coolest things. That's like the ultimate piece for me right there, you guys. This is the ultimate grail for anything that I could ever own right here. So, nice. And he even told me, he goes, dude, I've been looking for years, and it just showed up at a heritage auction, and I was like, I'm going to try and go for it. And yeah, he goes, and I got it. I couldn't believe it. He's like, you'll get one day, this and that. And if you guys don't know Stray Flex, and he is one of the coolest people in the hobby. He is just a real good guy. This is him right here with Red Hood Comics. I had a really great conversation with him. He's going to come on the show. He's going to come on with Dinesh and Mike when we do another OA show for this on Wednesday night. So we're going to be doing that soon. I'll try and get that set up, and it'll be a lot of fun. But make sure you guys go give Stray Flexion a follow if you're not following. So that was super amazing.
Decent collection too.
Yeah, decent. I mean, look at that. Jesus, dude. Are you kidding? Joe Simon, Captain America, like probably the biggest collection, that you could think of.
Is he flexing though?
I would say so. Look at that. Yeah, I would say so.
Look at those car wraps, dude. Come on.
Oh yeah. Look at this. This is him with Golden Age Jeff, Golden Age Guru. Yeah, that's his car wraps. Yep.
That's crazy.
Yeah. So
that's commitment. Dude.
Yeah, and he just got married too. So congrats to him.
Oh, I was hoping he's still single. Shit.
I know, right? I mean, look at that.
Yeah. I want to be a kept man, dude. I'll take care of all your comics.
There he is hanging with Steve Aoki. Are you kidding me? So he was also a real good friend of Mikey's, and that was also another really cool moment that I want to say thanks to Mike Hansen for. Mike introduced me to Jim Halpern, and I got to talk to Jim about how great we all thought Mikey was, what a great person Mikey was, what a great impression he put on all of us, and it was really cool to be able to tell his dad that. So that was a really great moment. And that, I'll be honest, that's probably one of the hardest things about going to these cons is there's a lot of people that are gone that you don't get to see at the cons anymore. Mikey was one that we all always saw at cons. It was always a cool time to see Mikey at cons, and that's always a really, really hard part, not being able to see Mikey at cons anymore. So but back to where we were, we go to that place, and we're sitting there, and I look down at the table, and there's these fucking scratch off things, and Vinny's like, yeah dude, if you scratch this off and you get a penguin thing and you take it to the bar, they give you a toy. I'm like, no fucking shit. So Vinny's like, yeah. And Vinny starts scratching them off, and he finds one. I take it to the fucking bar. They hand me this penguin toy. We were so stoked, man. It was like the coolest thing in the fucking world.
Yeah.
And then at the end of the fucking thing, the bartender comes out and puts like 10 of them on a table and was like, anybody wants them, just grab them.
Yeah. So we were like,
try to talk me into carrying something drunk. Good luck.
Yeah. we ended up carrying them because they were gonna just who knows who would get them, right? So we ended up carrying them outside and handing some of them to random people on the street.
I think that I'm telling you, I was like, here, this is a bum. I was like, here, man, play with the penguin.
Yeah. And then Sunday was just a cool, chill day. We got out of our Airbnb, and you know, it was a cool day to get away, and everybody got home safe, and that was the con, you guys. And that's just a quarter of it. We're gonna have stories to talk about over the next couple months. So,
last story though. So we're waiting for our what was it? Our Uber from the Hyatt, right? So Dennis and I are standing outside smoking. You know, we're just chatting with Brian, and guess who walks by us? CB Sobolski.
Yes,
walks right by us, and then Dennis is like,
"Oh God!" Do you yell at him?
No,
he's like,
he knows him. CB walked up to him. Yeah.
Oh shit. Okay.
And then Dennis introduces each of us to him. So we were sitting there chatting with him for a bit, and you know, and then Dennis was like, "Hey, I know you have to get permission from like Disney and all that stuff, but like, you know, here, take my business card. We want to try to get you on onto a podcast. If you're allowed to do it, just let us know." And so we're just like sitting there and chatting.
You guys,
yeah,
that's one thing I will say. The amount of guests that are coming on the channel over the next 4 months are going to be crazy. I mean, it's going to be, I'm not going to say who on all of them, but there's a lot of great guests, returning. I mean, it's going to be a lot of fun. We're going to have a lot of great people hanging out with us on the channel. We met a lot of people that love the channel, watch the channel. That was very cool. Final story. We're walking out of the con. I'm like, I got to stop by the KRS booth. One of the guys at KRS had hit me up, and I didn't know who it was. I was just like, you know, I want to stop by because one of the guys at KRS said he was working at the KRS booth, and he said, "Hey, stop by," and I told him I would. So we walk over to the KRS booth as we're getting ready to leave from the con to go pick up our car and head out. And so I go over to KRS. Me and Yi go to the KRS booth, and I'm like, I don't know who it is that said something to us, but I'm sure like if we walk over there, they'll notice us and they'll say something. So we walk over there and we're kind of looking around the cars, and we're like, and somebody goes, "Hey, Brian and Yi?" And yeah. And we look over and it's the two owners of KRS. Shout out to Chris and I believe Jose. And they sat there and talked to us for like 30 minutes, and it was one of the best conversations of the entire con.
Most definitely.
Yeah, I can't say that. Tell you guys what how much respect I have for the guys at KRS that run KRS. They have integrity. What they do and how they run their business is amazing. The stuff that they do just to make sure that integrity is there. How they deal with their print runs. How they feel. Here's the other thing I will say. Every retailer, industry person that I talked to talked about how much sales are down. New book sales, revenue for retailers and cons and shops revenue is way down. And DC and Marvel have to figure something out to fix that on their end. It's not good. The things that were announced by Marvel and DC comic book wise at the con were very underwhelming. Matter of fact, Marvel announced that they're doing a new Deadpool series based on, it's going to be Deadpool's daughter. It's Ellie Wilson. Yeah. And guess who's fucking writing it? Fucking Ziegler's writing it again. Like, they're just throwing these books at these writers that are complete fucking, like, douchebags, in my opinion, that can't write themselves out of a paper bag. and they're just throwing stories at these people because they get them. They work at a fast pace. I think because there's no other reason to give jobs to these people to write 4 and 5 books with the stories that they're putting out.
And they're also willing to take whatever money that Marvel is offering them or whatever.
Yeah.
But to spin it back around, big shout out to the KRS dudes. Like, thank you so much for having constant playlists of us like on their rotation at their store.
Yeah.
Like that was just amazing to hear. Like I didn't realize that. Like I was like, because I was talking to Brian about it. I was like, okay, we have this many people watching this show. Like, why do our numbers always jump up like a week later or 2 weeks later, like to like 2,000 views, 3,000 views? And I could never figure it out. And then I was like, kind of like when it kind of dawned on me, like when they said like, oh, we play y'all on constant replay on playlist all the time. So if there's other shops that enjoy like our content or whatever, I'm assuming they're doing the same kind of thing. So that just kind of makes me happy.
If you guys got to bounce at any time, just throw up the deuces. It's been a long show. We're three later, Vinny. Love you, brother. I'll talk to you soon. Vinny's on the East Coast. Yeah.
We'll talk to you soon, go to bed too as well.
I just want to run through the new comics real quick because I want to talk about Blood Hunt. So shout out to Cover Price. There was a couple people that I didn't get to see at the con. And one of my biggest regrets is not being able to see Matt DeVoe and talk to Matt DeVoe. Love you, brother. I hope that you're able to make it out next year. Keep doing what you're doing. And
then his website, San Diego Comic-Con list, like amazing resource. Like that helped me like so much, like to figure out exactly what I wanted, what booth it was at, like what other books that other people would want, where to find them. Like hands down the best resource like you could ever use for con pickups and stuff.
All right, so here we go. We got the Amazing Spider-Man. You got the Ed McGuinness variants for that. You got a 1 in 100 terrible story. Don't care. You have the Del Auto connecting for that. Don't care. Let's see here. Amazing Spider-Man Putri 1 in 25. You got the Dracula book.
Hit the bed, and I'll show my pickup Saturday.
All right, sounds good. This Dracula cover right here is just awesome for Annihilation 2099. The first appearance Dracula cover, really really good. I'll have to check that out. You've got the Black Widow Venomous books. You got the Derek Chu 1 in 50, and then Black Widow Venomous. I like this Luciano Vecchio cover. That's kind of cool. Blood Hunt. All right, I want to talk about Blood Hunt. So you have number 5 coming out. You've got the Del Auto 1 in 10 connecting, which I hear is doing well. The Kale New 1 in 25 is beautiful, gorgeous Doctor Doom cover as the Sorcerer Supreme with Clea and Doctor Strange. You got the 1 in 200 Mahmoud Asrar Virgin. It's okay. It's got everybody on there. You got the Momoko on there, which is the Red Band edition, and of course the Red Band 1 in 25 Vault of Horror. So here's what I want to talk about this real quick. So great story. This is the final issue. Always love how they do Blood Hunt, but the important part about this is, of course, how they defeat the big bad Varney I forget how to say it, Varney, which is the head vampire guy, and that has taken over Blade's body, and they need Doom to do it. And in order to do it, Doctor Strange has to give Doom the power of the Sorcerer Supreme. So Doom's like, I need to do this, and then that's on one end, and then the other end, the Avengers are fighting that New Order group, and it's really cool. Wanda gets loose, and she just becomes a powerhouse, and Thor goes up to Varney, who is Blade, and he says to him, he goes, Varney, it has been over 1,000 years, and since you and I last met, and there's a little asterisk, and it says Marvel Comics presents number 63. You guys know, yeah, you guys know I fucking just I love that shit. You know, to me that is some of the coolest shit. Just super cool. The little, I don't know, like callbacks, I guess you would call them, right? The little callbacks.
Yeah, sure.
There is. So what do? You guys know me. I go and I look it up, and this is very interesting. This is right here. Here is Marvel Comics presents number 63. Great Burt Blevins Wolverine cover. There is a newsstand. You open it up, and this is one of the. Let's see if I can do this here. This is the first page. It says this. There's 4 stories in it. The Thor story starts at page 25. It says, Norse blood. Several thousand years ago, the continent of North America was the site of a brief war of gods, which pitted the thunder god Thor against the malevolent vampire lord Varney. Right? So, this is the first appearance of Varney right here. Shows Thor finding him. There's this crazy shit going on. Thor says to him, like, you know, what's going on? And Varney says he was, you know, one of the original people before the Atlantis was part of it, and the gods can't go after him, and he's the lord of the vampires. And so this is very interesting. So if you guys want to go on the hunt, this is an easy book to find. Go check it out. Very interesting to see that, you know, first appearance kind of playing out. This old school first appearance. Good on Marvel. I love that they go find these characters like Donny Cates used to do, right? You go find these old Marvel Comics presents, and then you throw a little callback in it. Just great stuff. So Thor and Blade, aka Varney, start to fight. Beautiful art right here. Gorgeous. Love that page. The Order and the Avengers fight. It goes back to Doom, Clea, and Doctor Strange, and Doom basically tells Doctor Strange, hey, the Avengers are getting their ass kicked, and they're not going to be able to beat Varney themselves. Like, even though Moon Knight's back, Mark Spector Moon Knight is back from the dead, and Khonshu is releasing all the undead Moon Knights throughout history to help him. They're not even going to be able to defeat the Dark Force, that magic that Varney has. And the only way that you can beat the Dark Force magic is by an incantation that I've learned, along with the help of the what's the kid group that we were just talking about with Dormammu's son that they did the
I don't remember the name.
Yeah. So anyways, that kid group is with them, and the only way that you can we can beat them is by doing this incantation with me as the Sorcerer Supreme. So Doctor Strange says, okay, you know what? You're right. And the only way I'm going to give you Sorcerer Supreme, if you give me your word as Victor Von Doom, that you will return it to me once you save the world, right? And so Doom goes, you know, I'll do it. I'll do it. You know what I mean? And so they give him it. Doom becomes Sorcerer Supreme. And Stephen Strange goes, all hail the Sorcerer Supreme. And Doom goes, no, all hail Doom. And you're like, oh, okay, I see where this is going. Dracula is with Blade's daughter. And the only way to defeat Varney is for Blade's daughter to fight him when the Dark Force is being destroyed by Doom, and a daughter or son or of whatever has to be of the vampire, has to be the person to kill him, right? So she basically says, yeah, I'm going to go do it. So they go do it. They go meet up with the Avengers, and they show up, and Doom weakens Varney by taking the Dark Force magic away. Moon Knight shows up. They all help. They all start fighting. Doom goes and finds the kids. They start doing the incantation. It works. They start beating, the Avengers start beating their ass. And Varney, as Blade says, I had only one weakness, Avengers, the girl, the bloodline, and she's not here. And then she shows up and she goes, no, I'm here. And she stabs him, right? She stabs her dad in the chest. She goes, I'm here to save you, Dad. And everybody's like, what the fuck? And Varney goes, it's too late, child. It's not enough. My possession of your father has gone on too long. This body is as much mine now as his now. And you are his bloodline, but you're not mine. And then Miles shows up and goes, then how about me, both of us? And Miles stabs him too with his sword and goes, you turned me into a vampire. You did this to me. So that means I'm of your bloodline. And they kill Varney. And then they show Doom, doing his thing and defeating the Dark Force, and everything starts to change and they win. They save Blade. He's all fucked up. They, Captain America helps him and they save his life. They go back, everything's great, and they go to the end, and Doctor Strange is like, that was incredible, man, but you gave me your word, your promise, Victor, your oath. Return the mantle of Sorcerer Supreme to me. You said, oh, your oath, Victor. And Victor goes, yes, my oath. To surrender the office of the Sorcerer Supreme back to you once I saved the world. And I have only just begun, Stephen. And Stephen's like, what the fuck? And he sends Stephen away and he goes, Doom does nothing half-ass or halfway. Now let me show you what it means to save the world, right? So now Doom has the Sorcerer Supreme. But even more importantly, check this out. This is kind of crazy. Dracula, the sun shows up and Miles is like, oh shit, the sun, I'm going to get, he's a vampire. I'm going to get fucking, destroyed. And Dracula goes, the sun has lost its sting. It would appear that our people have a new dawn ahead of them. And then he goes, like it or not, Miles Morales, Varney's blood runs in both our veins. But for now, for the first time, the children of the night need not fear the day. So now all vampires are daywalkers, which is very interesting. And then, of course, it shows that Doom now has the Sorcerer Supreme. So that's going to be on the next one. And it makes sense. You guys know how Marvel does this. Anytime they've got something going in the MCU, they precede it with that going on in the comics in some way. And now Doom is the big bad again. And we're going to be getting that in the future. So that was Blood Hunt. It was okay. It wasn't as good as I was hoping it was to be, but it wasn't bad. So, that was pretty good. We'll run through these really quickly. You got a very cool second print.
I got to drive, tonight, so I got to get out of here.
Much love, brother. I'll talk to you soon.
All right, guys. Peace to everybody.
Later, brother. But this Alex Ross cover for the Fantastic Four number 22 is just amazing. This is getting ready to end, which is a bummer. Just beautiful Fantastic Four Alex Ross covers. Check that out. I love the McNiven Deadpool Wolverine covers. He did one of Deadpool with Wolverine and the swords, and Wolverine with Deadpool and the claws, which is really good. And these were also the posters that they had at some of the movie theaters. So check those out. They got the Helverine stuff. You have a great Stan Sakai cover for that. You also have an Alex Ross Thor cover that's really good with Thor and Hercules arm wrestling. You have this cool Jorge Molina Deadpool Wolverine Weapon X extraction cover with Dogpool, which is cool. The What If Donald Duck Became Wolverine came out today, so you got all these great covers. I don't mind the Peach Momoko cover for this. That's not bad. You got to love the regular. I don't like the black and white. The Ron Lim is kind of interesting. The Phil Note is a 1 in 50 for the Virgin. I'm not a fan of that one. I like the regular. Midnight Suns, you got a great Declan Shelby Ghost Rider, which is awesome. This cover, this Miss Marvel annual, is very interesting to me because it's got a great looking new character. I love the look of this new character. I think this character is going to be a hit, so pick one of these up if you get a chance. The Jenny Frison second print black and white of Scarlet Witch is terrible. I don't even know why they put it out, considering how good the color was. It's a piece of crap. I love the P. Craig Russell second print of the Scarlet Witch #1, the foil. That's good. This Mark Brooks Spider-Gwen cover is great. I love how they didn't put the middle in there. This is the regular cover for it. They didn't put the trade dress in the middle, which I think ruined it when they did it that way. By the way, shout out to Mark Brooks. He had some great business cards at San Diego Comic-Con that looked beautiful. Here's the Lobos 1 in 50 for Spider-Gwen Ghost Spider #3. It's beautiful. I mean, he's been doing so... I mean, his art has just 10 times better, and he was amazing to begin with, but his background started just making his covers so much better. The Scotty Young Spider-Gwen Ghost Spider cover, hate the black and white 1 in 50s. E.M. Gist, Darth Maul, all the Darth Maul covers look decent. Even the Walt Simonson doesn't look too bad. I love the Marquez 1 in 25. Chichetto second print version of Ultimate Spider-Man is good with the, of course, Kingpin on the cover. That's a good cover with the Virgin. You have the Ultimate Spider-Man #7, which I haven't read yet, so I'm going to read that one. I'll give you an update on that one. Here's some of the covers. You got the second print Scrooge, and the Momoko second print 1 in 25 for Scrooge. That'll be probably a big book. We'll probably see that on the Hot 10. I like this Greg Land Venomverse. Anytime Greg Land doesn't have to draw faces, I love it. Like, he's such a better artist when he doesn't draw those weird faces. Salvador LaRocca 1 in 25 second print's a great cover too. Just bummer it's a 1 in 25 second print. The Segovia X-Force #1 is awesome. Can't wait to read that. I'm definitely going to read that. But this Chris Allen Stormbreakers is great. It's a nice little play off of X-Men 132, I believe. You guys know I talk about that book all the time. Clayton Crane, not a fan of the Virgin 1 in 100. It just doesn't look like Clayton Crane. The Nakayama foil, though, is just awesome. Great job. Scotty Young's a great book, too. Love that. Check that out. The Tony Daniels, pretty good. The 1 in 25 is okay. I'm not a big fan of it, though. And then you have the Apocalypse books, which are great, too. I'll check those out. On to Boom Studios. Shout out to Boom Studios. What a great con for them. I did not get any of the Frison covers, and I'm really bummed out I didn't get any of those. So I'm going to have to buy those on the secondary market. I didn't get any Boom San Diego Comic-Con exclusives, and I'm really bummed out about that. But I'll find them eventually. It'll take me some time and some money for sure. So here we go. We got new Firefly book coming out. Ghost Lore. That's a great Ghost Lore cover. I like this 1 in 10 with the razor blade necklace, which is kind of cool. Grimm. You got the 1 in 25 Fuimara, which is beautiful. What a great artist he is. This Skylar Partridge one is gorgeous too, and the 1 in 10 is gorgeous. That's a great artist right there. I have to keep an eye on them. You have the Panosian 1 in 100 for House of Slaughter. Panosian is just amazing. Jay Lee 1 in 250 for the House of Slaughter #25. That's very interesting. And this Frison Bloody Die-Cut mask is gorgeous too. So there you go. Another Frison 1 in 50 for that. You got even more. You got the Power Rangers books. I like the Dan Mora reveal cover, probably the best out of all of them. That's a gorgeous cover. Black background with that. The characters just pop. It looks so good. That Boom Direct Reserve is a gorgeous cover too. Mateus Manhanini. I hope I'm saying that right. I'm probably not. So beautiful cover on that one. The Santa Fung spoiler cover is nice. Jeff Lemire, a new Jeff Lemire book. Minor Arcana. That'll be interesting. Department of Truth, the Martin Simmons for #24. Gorgeous. You got the 1 in 10. You got the 1 in 25. All good covers. Kevin Eastman Drawing Blood. #4 is out. I love the Ben Bishop cover for that. Falling in Love on the Path to Hell. I got to check out that book. That looks so interesting. So I'll check that one out. You guys, please help me find these books. I have to find this Brett Parson 1 in 10 Gromit's book. This is This is going to be a cover of the year book for me. Even the Tim Barron one is awesome. These two books I really want to own, but this one I gotta find. This cover is so good. So good. Grommets is such a great hit. Yeah, that's going to be probably on Book of the Year category too. All right, here we go. Let's continue. You got the lore books from Ashley Wood, re-putting them out. This pumpkin cover is amazing. Love this character. Love Ashley Wood, another great artist. This Saga issue number 67 is supposed to be a major issue for Saga fans. Brian K. Vaughan did a little post about it and talked about how important it is and how amazing the art is in it. He said Fiona Staples' art in this is the best he's ever seen. That's pretty interesting to me. Of course, you guys know I love Ghost Machine. In on all of it. Sam and Twitch, McFarlane, and you got these beautiful Mark Spears Spawn number 355. I love every Spawn cover. Both Spawn covers, each book have been great lately. Blood Moon Comics. This Gunbreed cover, Pablo Verdugo, is really good. I like that. That looks interesting. It's kind of very similar to Gunslinger Spawn, though, which I'll have to check it out. Haunted House number 5. Let's see here. We'll keep on going. See if I see anything that I really like. Okay, Dynamite. Shout out to Nick Barucci. Congratulations to him. Shout out to the Dynamite crew. Thank you for everything. Nick was really great to get me a professional badge this year, and I was really excited to go to the panel and shake his hand and say thanks for everything he's done for the channel and supporting us over here. This Garbage Pail Kids medal is awesome. Mad Mike is one of the best cards in that set, that first series, and to have a metal version of this, I'm gonna have to find one. You got the Gargoyles book Quest number 3 out. You got the Jay Lee, which is nice. You got the Hercules book. You got the Powerpuff Girls, Red Sonja. You got the Matina on Space Ghost, which is very interesting. Because, we know what's been going on with Matina lately, but he's had some really good covers on those Space Ghost books. Nakayama Limited Virgin for Thundercats 6 with the Thundercats tank. This Souza Micah Chitara book cover is gorgeous. It's a metal. She was at the con. She was signing at the KRS booth, and she did a great job. So shout out to her. I need to get one of her Zatannas, and I did not grab one, and I'm bummed about that. This is the Perillo Vampirella, Shannon Mayer Vampirella, which is a metal. We're back to DC with the Absolute Power. This has been really weird to me. I'm not a fan of this series so far, but I'm all in on DC All In. I'm really stoked for that. So we'll be watching that. Don't like the Stephen Platt cover. Even though his sketches have been like second to none lately, this cover is, these weird covers he's doing they're just weird. The necks on them are weird. All right, you got the facsimiles. You guys know I can't stand those, but look at this. Sanford Green, Red Hood the Hill. Beautiful Sanford Green cover. Check that out. Carl Kerschel. You got the Tony Fleeks Super Pets cover. Make sure you guys support Tony Fleeks. Get that. A shout out to Tony and Trish. I got to say hi to Trish for the first time. That was awesome. Both her and Tony just had a great con. They did some amazing sketches and sketched on covers. They had a really, really great showing at the con, and congratulations to them. Let's see here. Let's keep going. See if there's anything crazy that I see here. That's an interesting Evan Dorkin cover. You got Scout. Yeah, nothing that I see here. This is IDW, the Godzilla stuff. Godzilla was a big deal at the con. Love this Turtles cover for the IDW catalog. That's beautiful. With Leonardo's mask on the sword as he's walking away. My Little Pony books. Sonic the Hedgehog. You got a Jock Turtles cover, which is awesome for Turtles Black, White, and Green number 3. This Riley Rossmo cover is gorgeous too. Paul Pope's okay. It's a 1 in 10. And then Udon had some great variants at the con I picked up, but I love this Darkstalkers blank, and I love this Atomic Marshmallow cover. This Darkstalkers blank is going to be awesome to get sketches on for fans of Udon. This cover is gorgeous. I think I picked this up at the con. This was one of the con variants. Absolutely beautiful. All right, continuing on. You've got the Final Fight books. I did not get any of these, but I really want to check out. I know that they had some cool showing at the con for those. All right, Keen Spot. You had the Mick Biden's Titans versus Mickey Mouse. That's weird. Really weird. Hallowed. Mad Cave. You got the Gotcha Man. They had some really cool Gotcha Man signing. This Sanford Green connecting cover is fire. So people are going to be picking those up. I suggest you guys do too. Shout out to Michael Avon Emming. Love Michael Avon Emming. I'm going to have to check that Galaxy of Madness out. Nottingham. Titan. Shout out to the guys at Titan. I met the guys at Titan for the first time. Shout out to Andrew at Titan. I love this Christian Ward Blade Runner foil that they had there. Beautiful. The Conan stuff was amazing. These Doctor Who, Matt Smith books were awesome, save with the David Tennant ones. American Mythology they've been having a showing too. This Hogzilla book is interesting. And then Archie, you had the same interesting Archie stuff. This Judgment Day book looks interesting. It's an interesting cover. Dan Parent, you got a Dan Parent World of Archie. Let's see here. Shout out to Antarctic Press and Larry over at Niobe Comics. I know we're going to see his book in a second, which is interesting. Grim Fairy Tales, Valiant, Black Mask. That's an interesting 1 in 5 cover right there for how to steal an election before someone else does. That's a very cool cover. Jasmine Darnell. Here's the Niobe Outbreak #2. Look at that Mike DeBalfo, you guys. Ooh. They even got a Ben Dunn cover. That's super cool. Make sure you check that out. Beautiful, beautiful covers right there. Oni Press. Magma Comics. This is very interesting. I talked to some people about Magna Comics. Derek Robertson happened to walk by us one day while we were sitting at one of the hotel bars and told us about his new book at Magma Comics, which sounds very interesting. Said he'd be down to come on the show and talk about it, so we'll have to reach out to him about that. And continuing on, I think that's about it for this week. Run DMC book, that's interesting, from 10 Ton Press. And that is New Comic Book Day for the end of July 2024. Go show your retailers some love and pick up new comics. All right. Much love to everybody. Almost a 4-hour show. Thank you guys so much. San Diego recaps are fun, but you never get to tell everything. We have tons and tons of stories and stuff that you're going to be hearing over the next couple months, I imagine, and tons of content for days that we're going to be talking about. Lots of stuff going on the channel. I do want to say this. Make sure you guys show some love to Long Story Short. Shout out to Mr. Long Short, Richie, for jumping on and covering for us on the House of Stein Hot 10 this last week. Long Short did a great job, and Richie did a killer job hosting the show. Make sure you guys go check it out. Much love to Ben Stein, one of the best in the game, and catch us there this Friday. And then Saturday night, you guys, Modern Comic Mayhem is going to be just that. It's going to be mayhem. Comic book drama alert is going to be crazy. We go away for 5 days, and the comic book content creation world almost burns down, and it's going to be a lot of fun talking about it. So come hang out with us. Comic book drama alert this Saturday, Modern Comic Mayhem, right here on Beyond Wednesdays. Much love to everybody. We'll see you soon. We're out. Good night.